Alright, okay, hello everyone. Okay, restarting the stream hopefully helped. Should have helped. Should have tweaked a few things and altered a few things. And hopefully now we'll be where we want to be. For those watching the VOD, this is probably where this stream is going to start, unfortunately. We were just trying and to stream, but because I'm rendering at the moment, I'm rendering some VR stuff. Unfortunately, it's basically turned out that we were getting some weird stuff. So it seems, so we did this to fix it. Damn it! Why did I die? Oh, man. So look, we're in a slightly over-leveled area. Also, the other thing you guys on stream missed, on the VOD, sorry, missed, is if you have a look at my... oh, you can't really see my chat log. Basically, we met Varesh Ossa just for a second, the leader of Corner, and her General Morgan. But there's a good chance we'll see that dialogue again when we come back here for the main story. Alright, look, there's clearly no scale. Oh, there are scale. Alright, good. Also, guys, just while the stream was down for a second there, check it out! We got a golden egg! A golden egg! So, this is the Lucky Treats weekend, and what this actually does is buffs our attributes. So if I eat this, for the next 5 minutes, this is a Guild Wars 1 consumable, it pushes everything up. So we already have level 9 Spear Mastery. Level 9, by the way, in an attribute is quite important, because when it comes to endgame weapons in this game, level 9 is what you want to be able to actually use those endgame weapons. So here's a scale variant you don't really see in Guild Wars 2 at all, this Ridgeback scale. I'm going to help Dunkoro heal up a little bit there, because he's getting pretty low. In fact, I'm getting pretty low. Man, this sucks. These things are only level 4, and we're getting owned. Dunkoro, what's wrong with you? What we should do, guys, is change Dunkoro's build, because right now he's got a terrible build. Let's have a quick look at it. He's got Horizon of Healing. He's got Healing Breeze. So Horizon of Healing is like the most basic, the most small, flat starter heal skill you got in Guild Wars 1, okay? So if you see that, 5 energy cost, incredibly low, 1 second cast time, incredibly low, 2 second cooldown, it's just like a little spammable, like, poof, here you go, here you go, here you go, little heals. Healing Breeze, also a very basic skill, higher on the energy management, and Heroes suck with that, by the way. That gives you a lot of health regeneration. Healing Touch is kind of like Horizon of Healing, but it's not range, you have to move into touch range to be able to use it on someone. So, it's got the perk of healing you up even more through one of the Monk's primary attributes. Words of Comfort is a Nightfall one. Remove Hex lets you remove a Hex from someone, obviously. And then he's actually got a Resurrect skill there as well, which means that Dunkoro can res people. So the Resurrect skill is kind of cool, but you really don't want your hero using that in battle. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift click it, which stops the hero using it ever unless you specifically command them to. So the reason you do this on your Monk is you don't want the hero AI to spend 5 full seconds rezzing a party member who's only going to come back to life with a tiny bit of health, might I add, and no energy, while everyone else on the team dies. You don't want that happening, so you cancel it. But so let's check out his build. So we're going to go to Straw Poll, guys, and you guys are going to be able to choose what kind of monk is Dunkoro. So you've got the choice of Smiting Prez. Now, smites can offer minor protection and minor healing in slight places, but mostly this is about damage. If we put Dunkoro on a damage build, then that means I'm going to need to go motivation, Koss is going to need to keep using his self-heal, Dunkoro is going to need to self-heal of himself. We're kind of in the Guild Wars 2 mode. If we put him in Smiting Prayers, and the Guild Wars 2 mode just isn't going to work for Guild Wars 1 for very long, if at all. So that would be kind of crazy. That's your wild card if you pick Smiting Prayers. Protection, generally speaking, I don't think, as far as I remember, Hero AI is very good with this stuff, but Protection Prayers is where you find such classic skills as, well, Shield of Absorption is in Guild Wars 2 as well. It's where you find such classic skills as Aegis, and, oh my god, Guardian. Guardian was a great skill way back when. Reversal of Fortune, and so on, alright? You're just picking the line, first of all, guys. You got Healing Prayers, which is what he currently is, but there's a lot more you can do in Healing Prayers. Our overload went off. Thanks again for the host, 7-bit Brian. Or finally, Divine Favor. Divine Favor as a primary is kind of a weird idea, but if you guys want to, you can. He's got some crazy stuff like Unyielding Aura. I always liked Unyielding Aura. On a hero, Unyielding Aura is always pretty cool. So yeah, we will see what you guys like. Let's take it to the polls. I have to type it up, so you have to give me a second, I guess. Alright, let's see. Straw poll. So yeah, is it as miserable for everyone else out right now as it is for me? Like, this is This is the worst kind of Monday you can experience. It is cold, it is dreary, it is overcast, it's not raining, you know, where you could actually enjoy it. It's just like spitting and drizzling, and it just smells horrible, and it's dark even though it's 1 in the afternoon, and it's just not a nice day. Let's see, full screen capture, go. Every day it breaks. I don't understand. What? Oh, that is not what we wanted. It's not monitor 1. Is it monitor 2? Yeah, it's monitor 2. Cool. Alright, so what is Dunkoro? Is he divine favor? Is he protection? Is he healing? Or is he smiting? And then the last one, of course, is no attribute. But we don't care about no attribute. We can just use that anyway. It's not an attribute to put points into. There you go. Someone said, no man is gorgeous in Coventry. Is it really now? Nice and sunny in Belgium. Super mega sunshine and birds chirping outside. Everything's amazing. It's 10:40 at night. Fair enough. It's really strange to hear that, says Fingerlight. It's pretty much the same for me, and I live on literally the other side of the world. That's because today is a dark day. Today is a depressing day. Actually, I haven't done very much today since I woke up, but I did a little bit of browsing on Reddit. Speaking of depressing days, the first thread I clicked, the first thing I did in the morning, was people first-hand stories from people about people who have attempted suicide before and then managed to, and then failed. And then, like, how they felt. And, like, the question was, it was like an Ask Reddit question. It was like, how many of you felt, oh, my God, I want to live? How many of you didn't, right? Like, what a depressing topic. The first thing I got up and read in the morning. First thing. On this dreary, miserable Monday. Oh, God. I also kind of realized while I was reading that thread that I think everyone in their life needs to have a moment where they realize they're a dick. Where you realize you're a douchebag. So it looks like, oh, why are you all voting smiting? Guys. You're just going to make it hard. We'll try it. Oh, yeah, we'll try it. Fine, it won. Yeah, I had that moment today reading that thread because, basically someone had written this very heartfelt, you know, story about what pulled them through and what helped them eventually get out of a depressed stage in their life and stuff. And it was such a upvoted post and loved post. It had been gilded like 7 times and everyone was loving it, and this was a post that had genuinely helped people get through their own depression and, you know, potentially really, you know, like suicidal thoughts and stuff. So it's a wonderful post, right? It's a really nice thing. And I realized I'm a dick because when I read this post, this woman had referenced some quotes that were inspirational to her, and one of them was like about the nature of beauty or something, and she said in her post, this quote really helped me through this period of my life because I realized that that no matter how bad things feel for me, beauty is an objective, wonderful thing out there that no one can ever take away. There is objective beauty in the world, I think was the quote. And all I took from that post, I caught myself thinking, when I read that, I literally said out loud in disgust, beauty isn't an objective thing. And then I stopped and I thought, what? I'm such a dick. Why did I just say, like, this is the way my mind works. That is what I took from this beautiful post this person had written. You're wrong. Beauty's not objective. Get out. Oh, God. Alright, smiting prayers. So, this means I'm going to have to go motivation or something. So, I don't really know how I feel about any of this. Let's make a smiting prayers build then, shall we? See, on my Let's Plays, I actually used to do this, because if you give, like, me, Wooden Potato, Strength of Honor, I only hit about 14 damage per strike. What Strength of Honor does is it's a maintained... It's kind of like, it's like one of the Revenant toggles, okay? It's a maintained enchantment spell, so when Dunkoro casts it on me, it will be there permanently. It will just cost him energy regeneration. But by putting this, it means every single one of my abilities I do does 14 more damage. It, like, doubles my damage, so it's pretty cool. It makes me feel like a badass. So if we're going Smiting Prayers, I will use this. But the first person... Okay, wait. We're going to go through the spells first. What is his Smiting Elite? Are you ready? Balthazar's Pendulum. For 7 seconds, the next time a target ally would be knocked down by a foe, the foe is knocked down instead. Low energy, low recharge, easy for Dunkoro to use, but it's very rarely ever going to proc because nothing knocks us down at the moment. Do we want to use Defender's Zeal? This is an offensive hex. For 14 seconds, whenever this target foe hits with an attack, Dunkoro gains 2 energy. Do we want to use Ray of Judgment? Woo! Ray of Judgment was an incredibly cool skill that was added later in Guild Wars 1's life. Ray of Judgment also appeared on the books in Guardian Repertoire in Guild Wars 2. Invoke a Ray of Judgment at a target foe's location for 5 seconds. Foes adjacent to that location are struck for 24 holy damage and begin burning. So it's just lots of damage, big explosion. Do we want him to use Shield of Judgment? This one was really cool. I like this one a lot, but heroes are probably terrible with it. High energy, high cooldown. If Dunkoro casts on the wrong person, it's going to be shit. For 14 seconds, so it's not permanently maintainable. For 14 seconds, anyone striking a target ally with an attack gets knocked down and suffers holy damage. Signet of Judgment, no energy cost, 20-second cooldown. The target foe gets knocked down. That foe and all adjacent foes take 43 holy damage. That might sound boring, but a skill like this is very good on a hero because heroes... The less energy management heroes have to deal with, the better. This is why Necros are such strong heroes in this game, because they can ignore energy management because of Soul Reaping, and they get energy when mobs die. Or last of all, do we want to use Word of Censure? The target foe will take 43 holy damage, and if they were below 33% health, then this will take a lot longer to recharge. So this is an awful skill for a hero as well, because it costs 10 energy and a 2-second cooldown, so Dunkoro is just going to waste all of his energy on this and then just do terribly. So what do we want to use? There's a lot of traps here with these elites. Balthazar's Pendulum, Defender's Zeal, Ray of Judgment, Shield of Judgment, Signet of Judgment, or Word of Censure. The first person to type a choice with the numbers 55 in front on Twitch chat, you get to pick. And I'm going to try and make the rest of the build in the meantime. I'm going to put on a couple of signets. I'm going to put on Bane Signet. Oh, yeah, Signet of Mystic Wrath was cool as well. I did like that. Signet of Rage. Target foe takes 26 damage and plus 7 holy damage for each adrenaline they have. That's not going to be great, I don't think. Smite Condition. This is exactly what we want. We want Smite Condition. This allows Dunkoro to actually heal us a little bit. We're going to go Divine Favor on his other stuff. Because what Divine Favor does is it means whenever he casts an ability, he will heal. Alright, so what we got here? 55. Signet of Judgment. Really now? Okay, cool. I thought we were going to get Ray of Judgment there. It's okay, guys. Dunkoro is not the only monk friend we will meet throughout the course of this game. Not the only monk. Let's see here. I mean, do we go... Let's go Smite Hex and Smite Condition. So he can heal. He can remove both of those. Is there anything vaguely supportive you can do? Smite. This was like super classic skill here. Super classic. Judge's Intervention for 10 seconds. The next time a target ally receives fatal damage is negated, and one nearby foe takes 100 holy damage. This is a cool skill. Judge's Intervention. Only 5 energy, 8-second cooldown. I would guess that the AI can work with that quite well. Let's have a look at his no attribute stuff for a second here. So he's got Essence Bond, Holy Veil, Light of Dwayne, Resurrect all dead party members in the area. This is a terrible skill though. Purge Condition, remove all condies. But on a high cooldown. Purge Signet, remove all hexes. But you lose 10 energy for each one. Remove hex, resurrect. Sucker. Sucker was cool. Or Vengeance. It's easy to forget that Vengeance was a monk skill in Guild Wars 1. Just throwing it out there, WP. I'd love to watch you play Dark Souls 3. Yeah, I've got to be honest with you guys. My whole, like, playing a lot of VR the past couple of days is really... Like, I'm playing Tomb Raider as well, and I'm looking forward to playing Tomb Raider, but the amount of VR I've been playing, all I want to do now is just make VR videos. That's all I want to do. Just VR. We'll see how much the audience enjoys the Guild Wars 2 one and go from there. He's just not He's just not... This is bad. Oh, reversal of damage. The next time the target ally would take damage, the foe dealing the damage takes it instead. So that's kind of supportive. So we'll try this. He's got 2 enchantments, a Condi Cleanse, he's actually got quite a few Condi Cleanses. Should we use... Yeah, and Strength of Honor. Alright, we'll try this. We'll see how well Dunkoro can handle this. Okay? This is a weird build. I don't really like this. Okay. I just want you all to know that I hate you all. Okay, let's go. We got to kill some scale. Alright? So where was scale? Where was lots and lots of scale? Somewhere in the plains of Jaren, surely, because we got some already. Let's just try this exit to the Astralarium. Let's see how Dunkoro does with his energy. Oh, someone said Strength of Honor. Oh, yeah, Strength of Honor only works in melee, so we don't care about that. All right, good. Thank you for pointing that out. So instead, what I'm going to run instead is... we're going to put a res sig on him for a second. I know he's a monk and he can have a hard res. Okay, so there's a difference between soft reses and hard reses, okay? Soft res is one that only activates once until you kill a boss or something. So, like, the Sunspear Rebirth Signet. And what this means for, like, random arenas and stuff like that is I'm just going to watch Dunkoro and see how he handles all of his skills. Remember with Koss, we didn't even... Oh, no, we did fill up the Zolbar. So these are soft reses. A hard res is like what monks get, ritualists get, paragons get as well. These are resurrect skills with cooldowns on them, so they will actually just recharge, okay? That's a significant distinction to make, okay? WP, have you played any actual VR titles? Have you just been playing games converted to VR? Actual VR titles. I've actually, since getting my consumer version, Oculus Rift, I have not played a single converted title. Today will be the first I do, and that game will be Guild Wars 2. Okay, Scale Hunt. If they're giving me a Scale Hunt, there'd best damn well be Scale nearby, right? These are the games I've played. I have played... There's some. I've played... First of all, there's something called the Oculus Dream Deck, which is the kind of thing you can show your mom or your nan or whatever. It's not really a game. It's like an interactive... It's like a virtual reality movie kind of thing, where you go in... And at 1 second you're in a giant museum hallway, and a giant T-Rex comes and attacks you. All right, there's no word of a lie. Well, it doesn't attack you; it moves over you, but it's terrifying. Or then all of a sudden you're on top of a giant city that looks like Arkham City, and it's scary. You're on the top of a building and you're scared, and there's these giant blimps, and it's just beautiful stuff. So there's that. So there's the Dream Deck, right? And there's like 7 or 8 different little experiences like that. You're out in a forest and you hear these birds chirping and dolphins and stuff like that. You know, just a variety of different environments. The next game I played was Lucky's Tale. Lucky's Tale is actually a third-person platformer, and it's a collectathon. It's just collect, grab lots and lots and lots of stuff, have fun. Grinding away, picking up coins and things. It's kind of like your Super Mario crossed with your Banjo-Kazooie, crossed with your Crash Bandicoot, etc. And I've got a video going up on Visual Wood about that game. It seems like it's not really in the spirit of VR, but it's actually a great game because it works you into what VR is all about very comfortably. Like, you get to see the power of the headset without having to figure out all this crazy obnoxious stuff. So I played that. I played a game called Farlands, which encourages you to go in every day. It's kind of like... Alright, there's these old games I used to play on the PC. Someone out there right now will know what I'm talking about. Called 3D Pets. 3D Pets. And it's basically like that. You go to an alien world and you get to find these like little creatures and you get to feed them and take pictures of them and do all this wonderful stuff. And it's got like a daily component to it, so you want to come back every day and you get to unlock new areas of the alien world, and it's absolutely beautiful. That game, above all, right, like, completely immerses you in a completely different world. It's insane. What else have I played? I played Elite Dangerous, which maybe you can consider as a game ported for VR, but it's not really. It is first party supporting VR. It has its own VR mode. It has its own VR mission in it. It has full stereoscopic 3D support. It has everything, alright? It's a VR game. So I played Elite Dangerous. What else have I played? I think there's like 1 or 2 other games I've played as well. But they've all been VR games. They've all been VR experiences. All of them. And I've showed them to members of my family as well. Why am I yelling? I don't know. Am I yelling? I'm just trying to talk clearly, I guess. There's a great VR demo where you can walk around an incredibly detailed version of the Titanic. It's rather nice. Yeah, there's just so many cool demos, guys. There's so many cool... And I want to make videos about them. Is that so weird? I mean, it would be like I'm doing like a standard review format or something. I don't know whether that would be odd to people or what. So Dunkoro can kind of, sort of, ish keep up the pressure, but not too well, it seems. Of course, we want him to level. This is actually hilarious. We're basically doing, like, rep grind. More yelling appeal to the 12-year-olds. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Blah, 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 blah. But that's the problem. Demo says fee who. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We need full games, but you're in a chicken and the egg situation. You're in a catch-22. Hopefully everybody appreciates that fact. The developers aren't making games, full-fledged games, for a device that nobody owns. Nobody is buying a device that there are no games for. And so they're in a catch-22, and that is the price we pay for the start of this industry. You know, you get in the actual game. And that's why you're going to see a lot of very positive reviews about Lucky's Tale. A lot of them. And, you know, Matt was talking to me about this, and he was a little critical of, like, someone who gave it a 9. The more that I think about it, though, and the more that I look at Lucky's Tale, the more I can understand why people rate it highly, and that's because to compare Lucky's Tale to any old regular game out there in the world, fine. It's nothing amazing. It's nothing new. It's nothing particularly innovative. But to compare it to the other VR titles and how little is actually there, the fact this is actually a full game with a story and, you know, it is a complete experience, that alone puts it several notches above everything else. So if you are doing a VR review and you're giving a game a rating or whatever based on what the other VR experiences are, yes, Lucky's Tale is one of the best things out there that you can get. I think that's the key point at the moment. Somebody messaged me in game. What was that? You could make it easier for you if you put on Smiter's Boon in Dunkoro. It only got gutted in PvP. Oh yeah. Okay. So Smiter's Boon is an enchantment. I'll tell people when we get to the outpost. Okay. Cool. That sounds like a good idea. I watched someone play budget cuts and it blew my mind. We need more scale. I don't get it. These are just going to be Mandragore here now. Let's explore a new area. This is going to be really boring. People aren't going to like this. Thing is, I don't want to put people off Nightfall so fast. Alright, I know that there's scale outside the Jock and the Diggins. They just might be a little bit high level for us, so we'll just see. Almost choked on coffee there. Excuse me, sorry guys. Alright, so one thing about Dunkoro. What is Smiter's Boon a Divine Spirit spell then? No. So what you could do in Guild Wars 1 is you could sort by like type, so you could go sort by enchantment. No, that really helps on the monk class because there's so many. But you can tweak that stuff. So where is it? Smiter's Boon, Smiter's Boon, Smiter's Boon. Is it no attribute? Oh, here it is. Okay, Smiter's Boon. Check it out. So this is one of those weird skills that appears in the Divine Favor list, but doesn't actually scale with Divine Favor in some ways. So anyway, look, this is an enchantment that lasts 30 seconds. This is the kind of skill that AI is really good at. All it has to do is check, is the enchantment on me? Yes, no, cast or not. 5 second energy, 5 energy cost. It's a great skill. We're actually going to put it on instead of the res stick here. And what this does, this means that while Dunkoro has this on him, permanently, all of his skills will get double Divine Favor bonus, and Divine Favor means whenever he uses a skill, he heals. So as we push points into Divine Favor here, he's going to get... I'm actually going to take that out of healing prayers there, just so that when he levels up, we might be able to put more than one in. So yeah, that's very good on heroes. That looks really good on a smiting hero. That skill was notoriously broken in PvP, and Isaiah Cartwright, one of the balancers at the time that this was so broken, he was on like... I had a real conversation with the guy about this in Brighton last year. Like, specifically this topic. And he mentioned that... basically, he did a balance pass on Smiter's Boon in PvP only, where he just obliterated the skill. He put it on a really high energy cost, a really high cooldown, a really high cast time, really high everything, because no matter what he did, there was like a different skill that could combo off of it, and it would stay broken in some way, and so it was notorious for having this really over-the-top nerf. But here's the thing, what was quite interesting when I talked to him about it in person, is the reason he did all of that crazy stuff was because he actually didn't have any time to properly balance it. What was going... I think he said he was leaving for some conference or doing someplace somewhere else, and he had to leave the office very quickly. So he did all that stuff as a quick pass to break the skill, and the idea was, you know, when he got back. See, look here, you can see Dunkoro is really not doing very well here. We'll see, guys. We'll see, but we might want him on healing prayers. And the idea was he'd come back and do it, but then that second part never really happened. Come on, give me a scale fin, man. This sucks. I want scale fins. The other, we're looking for either level 11 or first spear is our main goal, so this is okay. And we're slowly getting up. So yeah, that's more of the thing. It wasn't that was the only way to break the skill. It's just in a short period of time that was the only way to break it. And yeah, Linex said, yes, it does scale with Divine Favor. Yeah, it gets double the Divine Favor bonus. So it doesn't scale in the sense that the tooltip shows it scaling, but kind of through a backdoor method, should we say? The backdoor, is that the right? It sort of scales, basically. Thing about Dunkoro here as well, not giving him a secondary, is he has no way of proccing the Anthem or Flame. So we might want to swap the Anthem or Flame, or give Dunkoro a secondary so he has some kind of physical attack that he'd do it. But with the staff, I don't know. Oh man, this sucks. I think this is just our armor. We're the only one dying, as much as we are. Did Koss already res sick? He did, yeah. So now you're seeing that we were getting booted back even though a couple of them were alive. Because I was dead and only the heroes were up and they're just AI. I don't know whether this is smart. Buy a scale fin on the TP. I could buy one from another player, but there's no other players around. So here, see how Dunkoro just permanently got Smiter's Boon on him? It's because the AI knows. And see, even though this is off of cooldown right now, it's not going to recast it until it gets really low. Yeah, I got wrecked. I did get wrecked. But there's lots of scale here at least, so we just got to get lucky. And we have the bounty for them, so... So we're getting rep stuff. I think what I just need to do is run away a bit until they aggro onto other people. So there you go, Dunkoro got the aggro this time. But the thing is, if he dies there, so Koss died, I'm gonna have to sort out their reses. This is pretty bad. Or we're just, I mean, this thing's level 15. It's level 15. Let me just restate that. Let's just put bleeds on him so who dies even if we do. Oh, God. There we go. Come on, come on. Yeah, we got him. All right, this is stupid. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, I let Twitch chat vote, and I don't think people realize what's entertaining to watch. Struggling and dying and finding it horrible isn't necessarily going to be super fun. We'll see. I'm going to get rid of that there and instead bring on Rebirth, which is protection as far as I remember. So Rebirth is basically the go-to hard res for PvE because it's got a really long cast time on it, but no cooldown. So if your entire group's wiped, you can just spam it, energy allowing. But more importantly, it teleports the body to you. So it's really not good for in combat, but out of combat, it's fantastic. So we're going to disable it and we're going to manually use that on Dunkoro. Close to the end of World 2 Zone 3 Trib, I tabbed out without realizing I needed to activate my infinite coin. Got booted to hub, then back towards the end I got DC'd. Not a good day. Dude, that sucks. That sounds awful. I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay. Should have used Ray of Judgment. Well, see, heroes aren't that good at Ray of Judgment as far as I remember, so I actually quite like him being on the Elite Signet. It's not the Signet I have a problem with. It's the entire attribute line of choice. And in fact, what we should probably do is have Aegis on or something. From Protection Prayers, even though we chose Smiting. Heal ourselves up, help Dunkoro out a little. Okay. Koss has got all the aggro right now. Koss the boss. So look at how hard we get hit compared to everyone else. Look at that. It's just so crazy. We have to sort out our armor. And I'm not getting a single scale fin. This sucks. Ah. We're going this way. Why don't I stream VR? Because, alright, so here's the thing. VR is... And I actually like this, by the way. I quite like this fact. VR is not easy to produce content on. At all. Especially for someone like me. Oh, and we need a bugger petals as well. For the Parnay salad. So I've got an idea here. We're going to leave the party. This will increase our chance of getting drops from mobs. And then we're going to go kill some of the plants right outside Camadan. Alone. We're going to get rid of the 2 heroes. And this gives us a really high chance of getting a bugger petals. And then if we find some scale around there in the low level area as well, we can do those. VR isn't easy to make content on. VR's tough because when you're in the headset, the head tracking, for those that don't know, basically the way that it works is your mouse look becomes just moving your head in real life. And this has some really profound effects on gameplay. Even Lucky's Tale, a game that is simplistic and very relatable and understandable, feels fundamentally different just because of this disconnect between camera and mouse. Oh, here you go. So look, we can't get this anymore. See? Hello, I didn't realise Cormyr took our plant problem so seriously to send a hero of your stature. Too seriously, I think. You should be doing something of real worth, not spending your time pruning shrubbery, if you don't mind my saying so. So I am going to prune the shrubs. I'm not going to get any rep for it, but I'm going to do it just to get the points. Just to get the, oh my god, the items. So, that head tracking, though, what you guys don't realize, because your brains, as human beings, are very good at counter-correcting this, so you don't constantly notice it. Your head is always moving. Always. Even if you're not talking. Some of you guys sat there right now. You're not talking. You just sat down. You got your hand on the mouse, hand on the keyboard. You're static in a chair. You are sedentary. Even right there, like that, there are countless subtle movements always going on. Always. About your being. And so what this means is, when you create footage of that, that all appears in the head tracking too. That appears on the footage. And that slight, like, juddering and vibration, though you don't see it while you're playing VR, people watching footage of you playing VR do as well. So, so if you try and full screen that on a video, if you try and make content out of that, unless you counter correct, like you stabilize the footage a little, or you have it as a window in a window, and you have like a big face cam on there or something to sort of balance and give some stability to the overall image. Unless you do that, it can be kind of sickening to watch. So that's kind of hard. Second of all, and this is something that you will never understand until you use the headset. Looking at a flat image, as you guys currently are on Twitch, alright, is absolutely nothing like, if I was playing this in VR, for example, is nothing like the actual experience of being in VR. So these videos that I've made, these 4 videos that are going up on Visualwood, they look like crap. They look awful. So I was screen sharing to Matt as we made them. We're here for plants and only plants. Don't let me kill other stuff, because otherwise we're just wasting our time. They look like crap. So I was screen sharing to Matt, and I was playing the game with him, or different games with him, and he was watching on screen share. I was in the headset the whole time. Every time I took the headset off to see what Matt was looking at, what was being shared, I just died a little inside. Because you cannot explain. You cannot. There is no way to technically give that experience unless Matt has a headset of his own. So if I'm doing VR videos, most people in the world don't have VR headsets of their own, so most people watching it just aren't going to understand or get the experience. And no matter how well I articulate, you're not going to I'm not going to be able to translate a fundamental difference, a fundamentally different kind of media to you. I'm just not going to be able to. If this boss killed me, I would have been really sad. Thankfully, he didn't. He still might, though. We might have to strafe some of these. Oh, God. I got no one I can use Signet Synergy on. Can we strafe? No lightning strike? No lightning bolt? Yes, we strafed it. Alright. And now we have to strafe the next one. Oh, he's moving. No, no, no. Don't reset. No. Okay. We're dead. Oh, man. We suck ass. Hold on, guys. I almost don't want to put this up as a VOD. This has just been half an hour of nothing. Alright, hold on. Let's see. There are traders here for the commendations we've been getting from completing our quest. These quartermasters. So let's see if we can get a good spear or something. A Stanley key. That's only one commendation. None of that stuff I care about. Here's another one. This is for 3. Rune of Holding, and an Expert Salvage Kit. Where's the other Quartermaster? There should be 3. Someone trades me stuff for 5, and it should be weapons, I think, anyway. Oh, here you get hero skills as well, by the way. So, this is like one of those weird vendors that, so you got regular skill traders. I've already shown you one. Now, this is one of the weird, like, stupid systems they had in the game. What this did was allow you to buy skills for your heroes instead of yourself, which was fundamentally the same as unlocking skills on your account in PvP with Balthazar faction. But they had to do it here so that people who didn't PvP could do it, right? And then later on, they added PvE skills here as well. So, he's called the hero skill guy, but he's also got Sunspear skills here, okay? So these Sunspear skills are player-only skills, so heroes can't use it. So they've got a weird system, basically, where some of the best PvE abilities in the game that can only be used by players and not heroes are only found on a vendor titled Hero Skills. Which is just weird. They should have had their own vendor. But so, we get to choose this, we get to use the skill of our primary and our secondary. So we could use Eternal Aura, which is the Dervish one. We have plus 100 max health, and when it ends, all party members are healed. And resurrected. Wow, I didn't realise that it res people. That's not what that always did, is it? So I could have a hard res for people there. That might be kind of fun. But I also like the Sunspear Rebirth Signet. And then you got this incredibly powerful one here. There's nothing to fear. This is a Paragon skill. For 4 seconds, plus every 1 second, plus 1 second every 2 ranks in leadership, all my party members take diminished damage. Now this costs a lot of energy, and we don't get good energy gain on our Paragon until we get a lot of allies later on in the game. So we don't have to worry about it too much just yet. I am going to buy it though. But there's nothing to fear. It's going to be one of the staple abilities of ours for a long time. Really, 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 really potent effect. And how does that scale, you ask? Because what attribute is that? It's no attribute. It's just a PV... Well, it's Sunspear attribute, technically. So this gets stronger, just like our Sunspear Rebirth Signet gets stronger. This also gets stronger as we rise in the ranks of the Sunspears. Okay? So, yeah. Alright, I need to really, really sit down and decide what the hell I'm doing. I want the scales. I want to kill the scales. But these ones are too high level. I guess we'll just keep going out of Champion's Dawn over and over and over again. Or was it the Astrolarium? Killing scales. How fun is this? Buy some new armor. It's cheap, someone's saying. Yeah, I probably should do that as well. Once we get to the first spear rank, we'll buy some armor. Again, I really feel like I should have just done this off stream, but hey. Yeah, your head is always moving. Yeah. It's just you don't... It's like... Right now, you can see your nose. Both of your eyes can see your nose. How many of you are aware of that fact? Until I brought it up to you. Probably none of you, because your brain is very, very, very good at ignoring those details. There's actually something about the craziest thing, and there are some websites that allow you to see this in action. There is a genuine blind spot in front of you, in your cone of vision, in your field of view right now, on both of your eyes. Something about the way that our eyes work, there is a 100% blind spot. If you move your hand at the right amount of inches away from the front of your face, at the exact right, distance, and the exact right angle, it will disappear. It will vanish from your view. I know that sounds bizarre, but everyone has that blind spot. Why aren't you always aware of that blind spot? Because for your entire life, your brain has just taken for granted the fact it's there and not brought it to your attention. It's amazing. Another thing as well is the way that your eyes work. I need to stop using my throwing. I'm going to get rid of it a second. Another really interesting thing is whenever you move your eyes quickly, your brain blacks it out. Your entire vision turns off. You are seeing nothing. If you guys rapidly look to the left and then rapidly look to the right, for split milliseconds, as your eyes are actually moving, your vision turns off completely. That's why very high motion, very high frame rate, actually no, what I'm about to say there I think might be bollocks. Anyway, there's some ramification of that when it comes to movies and things. And why we have to add motion blur, right, like to movies. Because if you don't, you get like a really high detail sudden swing and it looks very unnatural. Because in real life, our vision just turns off when there's that fast movement. I believe that's the full story. Man, this sucks. This quest sucks. This completely sucks. Also, don't you spend like 20 minutes a day blinking? Wow, I've never heard that one. WP, which was your favourite expansion for Guild Wars 1? I feel I remember you saying some long time ago in a lore vid, but I can't remember. I actually say it a lot. Like a lot. It's this. It's Nightfall. This is my favourite. The streams haven't been a particularly great demonstration of it just yet. But this is absolutely my favourite. No doubt in my mind about that. I have involuntary eye movements, occasionally where my eyes freak out and flicker rapidly, making it feel like I'm rapidly blinking due to the blackouts. Wow. Winds of Change is the best and also the most underrated. Winds of Change was very good. I agree. It was very good. Very rewarding, cool ideas, well executed story, decent length, mechanically engaging. For, you know, because the only players doing that will have been the ones that have played a lot of the content. Built with love. No, it was a good game. It was good. It was very good. I agree. But you can't call that an expansion. That is one chapter of an expansion, I guess, which would be Guild Wars Beyond. The order is this, guys. It's Prophecies, which was a standalone campaign. Then it was Factions, which was a standalone campaign. Then it was Nightfall, which is a standalone campaign. What this means is you can buy these games without owning any of the others. Though these days, if you ever buy Guild Wars 1, you just get all three bundled together. Then it was Eye of the North, which was an expansion, i.e. you needed one of the other three standalone games to be able to play it. There we go, we got Termite Leg there. We don't care about those anymore, though. Fiery Blade said, do you want scale fins or is trading considered cheating? No, I would love it. I would love a scale fin, please. This isn't about some crazy challenge. This is about just coming back and having fun. So if people want to do that, then that's awesome. Because this is pretty obnoxious. Then after Eye of the North, a lot of people then think that's the end, but it's really not. Then starts Guild Wars Beyond. Well, then comes the bonus mission pack, which is just like a little, you know, a microtransaction, I guess. DLC. DLC is probably the best way to explain it. Then come the Living World style streaming updates. Also, you could consider an expansion of their own, and that's Guild Wars Beyond. Guild Wars Beyond is broken up into three parts. The MOX miscellaneous section, the War in Kryta section, and then finally the Winds of Change section. This guy says he's in Jokana Diggings. Cool. Let's go. Did we ever read about Jokana Diggings? I don't remember us doing it. Respirator Liney said, so would you accept elite tomes, weapons, etc., and money for your armor? I would accept all of that stuff. If you're happy to do it, that would be really cool. I think people would love to see that. We could vote on some elites and stuff. I can explain the systems to people. I don't think anyone's going to get offended by that. Thank you so much. Here, let's at least, you know, 50 gold for your trouble. Thank you. Yay! Scale fins. Awesome. Thank you very much to Fiery Blade there with the I'm Very Important title. That's absolutely awesome of you. Here's a Zaician Scout. And he's a Zaician Scout because, and he's going to say, there are many threats in this world, and it's dangerous to face them alone, friend. If you seek allies, perhaps you'll find them at Embark Beach. Do you wish to travel there? So I'll show you Embark Beach. This was the last new area added to the game. Just straight up new area. This map was originally... I'll tell you that trivia in a second. So this zone was added to be like an LFG zone, okay? Because there is no LFG in Guild Wars 1. But the idea is you can get to every mission from every campaign, everywhere, right from here, from Embark Beach. So what you do is you come here and you find there are other players, as you can see. And the other players here, if you go into search, this here, people look for missions. And they say to each other, hey, yeah, I want to do this Canthan mission here. I want to do, you know, one of these. Now, I can't just teleport to any of these. So if I say I want to help out at this mission in the Jade Sea, it's going to say, oh, you've never been here, so you can't do this. But as you explore the world, you can always come back to Embark Beach whenever the game thinks you might need help. And that was the idea of this place. As the game's population dwindled down, it was Embark Beach. There's a guy in a Centaur tonic there. That, oh, he's the same guy that just traded the fins for us. It was Embark Beach that the stuffs was happening. You notice we're in a new continent now. This is the PvP Isles. This is located between Cantha and the Tyrian mainland. Like, miles north of this is Orr. So, so that was this place. Now, the interesting trivia about this map is this is the last map they added to the game. Why, right? Well, this got added by... this was basically being reused. Once upon a time, Guild Wars 1 was going to have a trading post style feature, and this was going to be the trading post map. Except they never managed to finish that off. Like, we used to call it the auction house back then. They never finished their auction house feature. And this just ended up sitting in the data files, never being used. Until eventually John Stummy's team came along and they said, well, let's reuse it. Let's make Embark Beach. And finally we got to play it. And for that reason, it was the last one. This is also the location that the most recent quests, the 10th anniversary quest, got added. Which I did videos on when they came out. Which feels like very recent to me, but in actuality it was a while ago. So let's go back to our main continent. That would be Camadan. Oh, yeah, okay. Solace Moon 5 is Fiery Blade. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's cool. Okay. Oh, it was called the Junlai Marketplace, apparently. Originally, it was the Junlai Marketplace. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, cool. Let's go back to our quest. Now that we've got the Feast of Boca, we can... So now we need Parne Salads, which is from Champion's Dawn, which is going to be the Aboga Petals, which is going to be a bit lame. So we'll see what we do there. Oh, God, this makes me want to go back to GW1. Yeah, it will. It absolutely will. It's a fun game. Hopefully this will become a bit more than just nostalgia for you guys, though. Yeah, okay, so, so if people do give us... That's weird. Why did Skype make a noise there? I'm appearing offline. Hey, welcome, DJ's Word Games. 7 months. Awesome. Bowl of scalefin soup. Boom. Alright, we need one more thing for the Feast of Boca, and that's going to be our plants. We get quite a lot of experience for this as well. Now, why don't we try getting plants from the Cliffs of Dodjok again? Yeah, it wasn't your Skype, guys. Sorry, it was mine. I don't know why. I'm appearing as D&D. It shouldn't be playing any noise at all in it somehow. For some reason, it did. Alright, let's move on. Let's go this way. Let's get out of here. See what we do. But yeah, so the Elite Tome system, I'll explain this to you guys as well. Basically, if you there's an idea of unlocking skills. So why does Koss have every single skill available in the game? Well, because my account has these skills unlocked. So when you unlock skills, it allows you to use them in PvP. So it's very easy to access all the abilities so it can stay competitive and not about grind. Also, unlocking skills gives you access on heroes. And then the final perk of unlocking skills is you can use these things called tomes to get them the real skill without actually having to go out there in the world. So the standard way you're supposed to get elite skills in this game is you're supposed to go kill bosses and use a Signet of Capture to search the boss's body and learn the abilities it was using. It's a very cool system. A very, very cool system. But you can bypass that system with tomes. And someone was offering to give us a tome, so we could get our own elite skill quite early if we did such a thing. Okay, level 6, level 6, level 4. We should be able to kill that group there. We're looking for plants really now. People still using Skype. Why wouldn't you use Skype? Nothing, I don't have any friends. I heard Zoom is a really good... You know, there's something kind of funny. Voice over IP and that kind of stuff on the internet is always really interesting to me because there's so many different solutions that people are always making. Everyone's, you know, you got TeamSpeak, Raid Caller, was it? Raid Caller? Ventrilo, Discord. What's that other one? There's another browser-based one as well. Skype. Whatever that thing you guys just mentioned in chat is. That's just the start, you know? There's so many. Get in there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with Skype. Mumble, thank you. Yeah, Mumble. There you go. And it's like, I don't know why there's such a culture of new VoIP things coming out all the time. Why is that born? What's so deficient about the existing solutions that so many companies are out there looking to find more? Is it because the existing solution is deficient, or is it because somehow there's a lot of money in that game and I don't understand why? We could have had Dunkoro using Strength of Honor and Cost, by the way. And Dunkoro doesn't seem to be struggling with energy management too much, so I might actually do that. Then Cost will do even more damage. We don't get to see the pretty numbers, but he will. Skype is very easy to hack, DDoS and stuff. People don't like it for those reasons, really. I don't think your average person cares about that. Maybe I'm wrong. I've already got this. She's the same bounty, the scale bounty. Fine. They don't like the color of Skype. Yeah, that's true. Blue is a lame color. Alright, so here's another place. This is very cool. So, these areas over here are very high level areas for Istan, right? These are like the last places on all of Istan we'll travel to. But as you'll notice, we're actually already at the entrance to them. See? Bokana Harbour. There's an outpost there. This is like a little town. It's a safe place. I love it when this game does this. I don't know why. I've always enjoyed it. I enjoyed it back in Factions as well. A lot of people hated it. Some people just want to be able to open roam around the entire world. I like it when they steal stuff off and you have to do the story. So here's Guardsman Garrick. And he says, "Ahai! I heard all about your role in saving Charbek village. You live up to the reputation of the Sunspears. Behind me lies Beckner Harbour, home to the farmers and fishers of the Polders. We have this place under control, so you'll have to go find another village to save. Besides, Cormier needs heroes like Wooden Spear Tato in the thick of the action, not running around in the countryside." So, kind of an arbitrary reason for the door to be shut. I think they could have done a bit of a better job there. But, it's cool. So eventually, our adventure will take us through that gate. But for now, our adventures lie elsewhere. Like the Zelen Reach or the Cliffs of Dojok or whatever. The entire company I use... Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's not even stun. When the company I used to work at had a completely different thing as well. As it's like, networking, communication solution. Which I actually quite liked. I can't remember what it's called anymore. Man, that's scary. It was only a couple of years. I'm constantly getting added by hot girls in my area. That's true, actually. I constantly get added by hot girls in my area, too. There's a lot of hottie McDotties around where I live, apparently. And they're always begging for cock. I don't understand how any of that can ever, like, actually get any traction. I don't know. Like, basically on Skype, guys, you get added by, like, XOX baby. And it's like some, you know, some cute girl that's been Google image searched or something. It's like, who's actually going to accept that? Like, really? What? Why? Why would some random person have just added your Skype, out of the entire world? Yeah, they're trawling for boys, searching random Skype contacts. That's exactly what's going on, guys. Do you know how pathetic? See, I'm a bit of a what's it called? Misandry? Man-hater? I'm a bit of a man-hater, to be honest, because it does disgust me. It really annoys me, okay, that men are that pathetic, that we as a people, we are that pathetic that works, alright? Because, look, here's a simple fact, guys. You don't get random... I, as a dude on the internet, I don't get random men adding me, saying, "Hey, girl, how's it going? Alright, I'm looking for you." Right? I don't get people doing that. Do you know why? Because women aren't stupid enough to fall for it. Women aren't pathetic enough to feel like they need to be defined by the relationship they're in. Right? Women have actually got some sense about them. Men are so stupid that that clickbaity boob thumbnails on YouTube actually work. It really winds me up. It doesn't wind me up that people exploit men by doing dumb stuff like that online. Of course they're going to exploit you if you're all morons. Honestly, I'm ashamed to be a man. It annoys me. Like, sort yourself out, guys. Like, for real. Sort it out. Girls get it too, to be honest, but it's a bit different. I get random dudes in military outfits. Do you? What? So is it just because I'm male on Skype? So I only get the women do it? That's pretty interesting. I didn't actually... Really? See, but it's like, you know, like if you go to a website like Omegle or something, right? Like, if people don't know, this is a website where you can very easily, without making an account, completely anonymously, go to the website and it will pair you with a random stranger on the internet. It will pair you with a random stranger and you can have a conversation with them. And, of course, it immediately got filled with what? Desperate, pathetic, lonely men looking for girlfriends. And, you know, getting their cocks out on video all the time. Right? Well, like, what? Why? Like, it's not that there is a definite inequality there, and there is a definite patheticism, if that's a word, on the male side of the human race. And I don't think it's just because there's so many more men on the internet than women. I think that becomes increasingly less true as time goes on, and the weighting has not changed. WP is a femfrec confirmed. I don't even know what a femfrec is. Yeah, this conversation did go down here, huh? LFG looking for girlfriend. Oh, see, it's so sad. The worst thing is, I knew some people at school who were, you know, just the absolute perfect embodiments of this kind of pathetic. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm so sad. It's like, get over it, dude. There's so much more to life than that. Okay, so apparently the spam is tailored. I should spend more time pretending to be a woman on the internet, huh? Man, I only have one bounty. I'm generally just a bit sad at the moment with how this is going, how slowly we're leveling. I mean, there must be more quests we need, right? There must be more quests out there or something. I did not think this would be so slow. I think it's important that it's slow, though, because the learning curve on Nightfall is so steep that this gives people a real chance to look at the skills of their heroes and, you know, get more used to the systems at play. Still no more Iboga Blossoms or Petals. If anybody finds any, I'd love to hit me up. Let's get talking. ASL. Femfrec is a games journalist with brilliant points, but she tends to ruin her own points with bad arguments. Oh, so this is a person. Give me an example. So like what? Watching a YouTuber I like play through my favorite Guild Wars campaign. While I too play through it, it's a great way to start your birthday. Happy birthdays, Lint! Everybody wishes Lint a happy birthday. There we go. Want to buy a RuneScape girlfriend in Varrock for 20 million. Yep. Yeah, like, that's the other thing. Like, you go to RuneScape or whatever. See, here's the thing, right? Imagine if video games, I guess, I want to be careful with my wording here. Video games are a man's world, typically, right? Or have been in the past, right? Like, video games tend to have sold to men more, have been about guns, and have always, you know, had the, you know, overly sexualized females and overly sexualized males as well, let's be honest. But, you know, typically you'd expect the sons to be playing the NES rather than the daughters or whatever, right? Like, I'm not saying women don't play games, but I'm saying it's been the province of men for a while, right? And the more that changes, the better. But that's how it's been, okay? Now, imagine a world where video games has always been the province of women. It's the girls that ended up getting marketed to. It's the girls that ended up feeling most socially comfortable playing games. It's the girls that spent all their time in it, and the guys didn't. Alright, so we now live in this world, okay? Living in this world, I, as a male, go and play an MMO in 2015 or whatever, right? Do I get a bunch of women, like, giving me free items and stuff in game? Does that happen? What do you guys think? Do I get to go in RuneScape and, you know, get all this free stuff and all this attention and all these people crawling all over me? Do I? Just because I'm a rarer sight? Is that all this comes down to? The rarity of women in MMOs? Or are we men just genuinely pathetic, as I've been suggesting on the stream? Couple of no's, couple of yeses. Man, that cancel skill sound makes me cringe. I used to play a monk in Heroes Ascent. Damn Mesmers. Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden you don't have enough energy, or it's been interrupted. Psychic distraction, lockdown. You've been blackouted. You desperately need to heal someone. Sinterklaas Jaeger says yes, because nerdy girls are as desperate as nerdy guys. I'd like to think we're equal. I'd like to think that my gender isn't just a bunch of, you know, man children. Oh, this is kind of interesting. We're getting some real discussion here. It's because of evolution. Men showing they've got wealth to spare attract women IRL. We extend this behavior to tipping at bars and even at internet. See, it's very rare to find a girl who will openly admit and be like, yeah, I like getting, you know, loads of gifts. Most women are like, no, it's about being thoughtful and it's about blah blah blah. And yet, you know, guys fall over themselves trying to give things away. Please, I have no self-worth, but I have this money in RuneScape. Will you like me if I give you this? Conjure Phantasm. Oh, we don't even have a bounty here. What am I doing? Why didn't I pick up the bounty when we came in at the Res Shrine? Hold on, we need to go back. We have to go back like Kate and Lost. Kate and Jack on Lost. I'm a girl. People usually think I'm a guy in MMOs. Then when they find out I'm a girl, they start hitting on me. I get super clingy and just generally annoying, so I prefer they think I'm a guy. Right? Like, and I can't... I don't know. Is it sexist of me? I can't see that happening in reverse. I just can't. I used to pretend to be a girl in Guild Wars 1, and I would date guys for ectos. Yeah, I basically sold my virtual body. See, right, and you're not the pathetic one there. It's the guys giving you the ectos. I'd like to participate in this discussion, but WP role-playing is too good, and I end up laughing instead. It's a very important discussion, alright? Stop the inequality. I want to be able to go to Kamadan and say, Hey girls, I'm a boy in your game. Lol, I'm 21 and from California. And then I want people to give me loads of money, alright? And I don't want judgment for it. Alright, what is our bounty? It's plants again. Let's try and find some plants before we kill all these termites and stuff. I do love the environments, by the way. I know we've spent very little time looking at this. WP IE21. No, I'm neither a I'm neither a boy nor 21 nor from California. I am a boy. It's true that I'm a boy, but the other two are not true. Oh god. Flipping just the gender breakup of games probably wouldn't change anything, but if you flipped all of the human history, things might be different. See, what I think is kind of probably quite interesting, from an academic perspective, I'd love to look at something like this. There's got to be an MMO out there. There's got to be a kind of game out there. This isn't a discussion on what that game is or what it is that would appeal to women. But there's probably a game out there, right, where there's like, you know, there's like a 90% female demographic, right? There's got to be somewhere. Surely there's some game. And again, I don't care what the content of the game is, but there's a game out there where it's mostly women. Like, we already know there are some websites that are mostly made up of women. Like, Etsy is primarily female users, right? So what would be interesting is to go to that game, whatever that is, wherever that is, no matter how small the population of that game is or whatever, to go to that game, and in that game, announce I'm a guy and, you know, make, you know, subtle comments about the bulge between my legs or something. I don't know, right? And see what happens. Hello Kitty or Candy Crush. Okay, but presumably not children, all right? Just women, not. Hey, don't judge me using Etsy. Hey, I'm not judging you. I think it's cool if you use Etsy. Oh, thank goodness, Sunspears, help me, please. Hello, Lendu the Fisherman. Alright, so this was a new concept that Nightfall added. These are master quests, alright? They're very difficult. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, since we're already sort of underleveled anyway. Yes, yes, it must be destroyed. The Hamo Yukalu is a bane to all who sail the seas, but it cannot be destroyed on the open water. It's too strong out at sea. Right now, it'd be maybe our only chance to destroy it before it descends into the deep once again. It's still on the shore, eating what is left of those who once were my closest friends. But I can't go back there. I can't bear to see that sight. I beg of you, go destroy the creature and make the sea safe for all. Thank you, Mechanical, for the 2 viewer host. Dry your tears, friend. We will save you. We'll try it. And we'll rack up an incredible death penalty and then cry and leave. Careful of the pop-ups. Don't attack the Iboga. Kos, what are you doing? Kos, why? Kos. God damn it, bro. Dunkoro's back here dying. Oh, my skill stick. No, see, look. This is your fault, Kos. I have to res him now. And now you're going to die. Is that the boss? That's not the boss. That's just an Iboga. How did he die all the way over there? Is it because Dunkoro... Whoa. Oh my god. How did those guys die so quick? Ah! Come on, bleed him. Bleed him. Bleed him. Woof! Talk about that death penalty. Holy crap, that level 13 Stoneflesh Mandragore owned us. We're doing pretty good on the level, though. We're getting closer. What about titty streamers? Yeah, no, I see. That's the exact same thing. But again, I think primarily there are men on Twitch as opposed to women. So it doesn't surprise me there, maybe, that women in low-cut tops can do well. Nocta says, I'm not sure we want to go into this kind of discussion, but Pornhub has some fascinating stats on how women consume porn. Well, but those are just accounts named women, right? Maybe they're just guys saying that they're women on those websites for some weird reason. If you're talking about a Reddit thread, though, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Attach titties to my potatoes, instant 10k viewers. That's a great idea, SCX. Maybe, at some point, one of our Ultra Spuds will request a booby potato, and I'll happily do it. Quite happily. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. We can't do the Master Quest. I just want more bounties right now. And then we could essentially vanquish or whatever. The thing is, there's probably more quests we can do. I just don't know where they are. Potatoes. Yep, potatoes. The hilarity. Oh, that deep wound hurts. There we go. He cleansed it. Cool. Good job, Dunkoro. Oh, we get another key. Oh, and here's the scale fin we were looking for ages. That's Sod's Law, isn't it? Huh. Trying to go back up to where we saw Varesh and Morgan. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to call this like on the VODs. I'm not going to call this like an official Nightfall stream because this is just going to be us getting first spear. We'll call this like stream 2.5 or something, right? And then people know that they can kind of just skip it if they want. Because it's basically just going to be us leveling. WP is such a cam-tato. I don't like pure titty... Wait, what is this? I don't like pure titty streamers, but if my regular proper streamers aren't on, I do like to watch unknown female streamer over an unknown man. We're all a little broken. Yeah, most people won't admit that either as well. We're all susceptible to some really dumb stuff. Really dumb stuff. Well, the thing on YouTube that really annoys me, it's completely out of the, you know, the main discussion we're having here. But the main thing that really annoys me about YouTube is most people will think of clickbait thumbnails as, you know, like putting naked people on the thumbs or whatever, or having content on the thumbs has got nothing to do with the video and so on. But what really, really annoys me, because it just frustrates me how predictable people are. I could never work in marketing because I would lose all faith in humanity, right? Like any sense of individualism or the idea that you can't be marketed to just would go right out the window. What really annoys me is basically every YouTuber and their mum these days will do thumbnails where it's a bit of the game in the background and then it's their face and they're pulling like a big like fish face. They're going like, You know, like the colon O, like shocked face? No matter what the game is, no matter what is going on, no matter what the content of that video is, all they have to do is that. They just put that on the thumbnail. Just them going, like pulling some stupid, like childish, dumb face. And everyone will click the video for that. Everyone will. And, I will admit it. I hate that. I hate that that's so successful. I hate that such a stupid little gimmicky thing that has nothing to do with the video itself gets people views. I hate that people are so susceptible to it. And I hate that I know I am as well. I hate that when I look through my subscription feed, when I see a thumbnail like that, I'm more likely to click it as well because it just looks like a more interesting video. I hate it. It sucks. But it's there and it's real. And at some point you have to admit that we're all, we're all slightly more inclined to click it if it's, got that little element on it or whatever it is. It's literally, everyone thinks about teenage girls doing like the duck face in all of their little pictures with their gal pals, right? Everyone talks about that all the time. To me, this is the YouTubing duck face, all right? You will see it everywhere, and I hate it. I doubt mass audiences will ever care about that, but I do. The male is actively looking for a partner, and the female is the passive one with most mammals. What we get on the internet is this weird place where men who normally are not confident enough to mingle with boys, betas, get a boost of confidence and will take this rare opportunity to try and get in some girls' pants. Because of their inexperience comes over as cringy. Think of 14 to 17-year-old boys trying to get some. Actually, I will admit, okay, when I was in that age range, I think it was when I was in that age range. God forbid, I hope I wasn't older. I hope I wasn't older. But actually, let me see here. I need to see before I go ahead with this story, so that I can have some integrity about myself. I need to be sure that. Okay, yeah, it's fine. This game came out in 2005. We're fine. We're fine. Or 2008 in EU, which is probably when I played it. So how old was I then? How many years ago was 2008, guys? Somebody tell me. Oh my god, that was 8 years ago? Was that 8 years ago? So 8 years ago. Yeah, so I was in this age range. Okay? I will admit, I remember when I played a game like that. A game called Perfect World. Alright? It was like this Asian game. I used to take great joy. I really liked. In that game, female characters could be held and carried around by male characters. And if both of you pressed a button at the same time, your avatars would kiss. It was kind of like this weird thing where you could be like the masculine character that would carry the girl around in the game. And I loved doing that. I loved meeting people who were playing female characters and carrying them around. And trying to get them to kiss. I loved doing that. That was awesome. And I was like, yeah, get in there. I get it. Male carriers. Yeah, well, the Guild Wars 2 feature of male carriers. Yes, this is exactly what we're talking about. I need to leave now. Bye. Dunkoro, help. Dunkoro! Dunkoro, save me! I only have 1 health! Dunkoro! Dare I self-heal? Dare I self-heal? Okay, we're good. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I felt like a boss, Young little teenage me. Yeah, there's this girl on the internet. Potential girl on the internet. Who's letting me carry her character around and I can kiss her. Yeah! Get in there! Yeah. The shame. The great shame. So very alpha. I played as this elf character that could fly instead of having to level to learn how to do it. Yeah. People tend to forget how they were as teenagers. I did not forget that. Hell no. Reversal of damage is a cool skill. I like it. I want the same thing in Guild Wars 2, but instead of kissing, you throw them. Let me play a Cerebral, damn it. Well, you can play a Cerebral. It's just your throw skill is banish. Potential girl. Let's be honest, it was probably a dude. Yeah, alright, but I'm not letting that keep me up at night. I certainly wasn't back then. Just the mere chance. I go back to my original point. Men are pathetic. But what I quite like looking back at that is obviously the devs knew that this was... And to be honest, I still think it's a fun feature. I think it's a cool little feature. It's obviously nothing to get, go crazy over. But it's a fun little feature, you know, another little thing where players can interact with one another. I think it's exactly that kind of feature, as stupid as it sounds. It's exactly that kind of feature and that line, that kind of respect for features that ArenaNet need to have more with Guild Wars 2. More ways for players to interact and to appreciate the fact they're in an MMO. Serious talk now, I think that features like that are important for MMOs, and I still look back at it and think it was cool. Anyway, so I'm going to read this again because it won't have appeared on the VOD yet. So Varish Ossa is here. She is the leader of Corner. You might recognize the second name, Ossa. She's the great-great-great-granddaughter of Churai Ossa. We'll meet more of her, talk to her more later. Anyway, she's talking to General Morgan. These are both characters we've already heard referenced in quest text so far, by the way. And so she says, General Morgan, the Sunspears have arrived. They don't look like much. And he says, I'll evaluate their skills, War Marshal Varish, and report back to you. And Ossa says, I'm dropping my glasses right now. Varish also says, I'll be surprised if they prove challenging to our soldiers. Rejoin me in Kamadan when you're finished, Morgan. And Goss has got a lot to say, which I'm not going to read out. But yeah, that's like a bug, I think, with like a quest thing that we'll deal with later. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be a quest for a bit. I'm amazed you can still remember all of this. What? The Perfect World feature? I think it'd be kind of interesting to go back to Perfect World and see it, but I hate that most cool MMOs, to me, are Korean MMOs that have pay-to-win elements to them. Kind of sucks. My mic is very loud. Yeah, I know. I've got to sort that stuff out. I'm sorry. Nah, girls play boys to look at muscle power. See, I remember when I very first started playing MMOs, I thought it was really weird that a guy could ever play a girl character. But like, if I look at my Guild Wars 2 account now, I think I have more female characters than I do male. And it really doesn't seem so crazy to me anymore. You know, it's just like, why not? You know, if I'm gonna play a giant. If I'm going to play a Char, right? If I'm going to play this feline bestial race or whatever, it's not like it's not like when you're playing a game you have to represent yourself as a character, right? Like you don't have to. Oh, Dunkoro can equip that. That's cool. Here you go, Dunky. You don't have to do that. Anyway, he's got stuff, so it doesn't really help. Oh, Tilted says, let me know when you are able to meet up in Kamadan so I can give you the stuff. All right, screw it. Let's just go now. Go now. Okay. Let's see. I remember when I was a lot younger, when I was first getting into MMOs, I think a lot of people fall into that trap. They just think, you know, oh, you have to try and represent yourself in the game, and that's just not true. Yeah, and actually, Dandy Serenity said something interesting in chat. Said, I don't know, most people I know, in my experience, most girls I know play girls. And actually, that's true. Most girls I've ever known in MMOs do only stick to playing females. And would feel weird playing a guy. Hey, Cookie Lord! Wow! You are our first new sub. New addition to the Spud Club in a long time. Oh my god. Wait, no, but I can't take all this stuff. Dude, you know what? I can't take all that. That stuff's crazy. Oh. I definitely don't need the Flames of Balthazar. Oh, no, I do need the Flames of Balthazar. No, maybe not. Are you sure about this? I will only accept this if he's absolutely comfortable knowing that these are just some random streams and we may not even finish the game and so on. He says, don't worry, it's nothing. Alright, that's awesome. Thank you very much. That's super badass. Okay, so what you guys are looking at here, for the Guild Wars 2 players out there, what you're looking at here, this is so cool. Thank you so much, Tilted. Thank you. Is an end game weapon, alright? This Droknus Spear, green weapons, okay, are special items that you can get from certain vendors, from completing campaigns, from stuff like that. So this is the weapon you get for completing prophecies, I think. Droknus stuff? Or it's Eye of the North, one of those. And what they do is they can't be modified in any way. So you can't like put your own perks and stuff on them, but they come in with everything maxed out. So this is a max damage spear with the lowest possible requirement outside of some early drops that we can talk about some other time, alright? So it requires 9 spear mastery, but it does 14 to 27, which is much higher than our current 9 to 14. Thing is, we don't quite have 9 spear mastery, so we'll only do half of that till we hit 9. And then you've got these shields here as well. These require 9 either command or motivation, but give us 16 armor, and then give us these extra perks of reduced physical damage and extra health and stuff. These are also really important, very cool. Because we don't hit the attribute threshold for them, they will only give us half the benefit, but they're still going to be better than an armor. Oh, no, they're not going to be better. Well, yeah, they are. I'm going to get rid of the copper leaf shield. Okay? So, and we'll equip the motivation one, for example. So, we got a new spear and shield. Now, over here, we have some Paragon Tomes, which will give us some new Paragon skills, and an Elite Paragon Tome, which allows us to choose an Elite Paragon skill of our choice. Okay? Which, really early game as well, while we're at it. Really early game. So this is fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to go... Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to straw poll for a line first, and then one of you gets to choose the actual ability within that line, okay? So, we'll take it to straw poll first. Oh, I didn't delete a shield, did I? No, I didn't delete a shield. I needed that special minus health charm thing. What do you mean? What? Alright, anyway. Okay, straw poll. Okay. So, guys, which elite skill line do we want? Straw poll. Okay. Do we want command? Do we want a command skill? Do we want a leadership skill? Do we want a motivation skill? Or do we want a spear mastery? Or do we want the one elite skill, Cautionary Signet? I'll just tell you what that does first. All party members lose all conditions, and we are set on fire for 1 second for every condition that was removed in this way. So I'll let you guys do that. I'll look at Twitch chat for the meantime. What are we talking about? On another topic, I do always like female friends in games, and not because I want to date them. WP exploiting her potato looks to get free gear. Yeah. Where it's not usually that they feel weird when I ask, they usually said they thought the guys were ugly. Wait, what? Who thought guys were ugly? Yay, WP is using the shield I gave him. Now he'll date me for sure. Yeah, let's date man who's almost certainly a man. WP, did you ever 50 at 5 HP monk farm? Yes, I did. Oh, sorry, guys. I should have turned on results, shouldn't I? So you could actually see what's going on. Alright, looks like people want spear mastery. I'll leave it just a couple more votes so that we can see. Just a couple more. Here's the point, and I think many guys work like that. I personally have no real feeling of aesthetics for men. I can measure them towards certain ideals, but I rarely ever have a thought in my head like, wow, that guy looks good, and I think that's the reason why most of my Fashion Wars characters are female. My female characters, each one's just had like a more logical, like, specific reason for it. So, for example, I nabbed the name Lys at launch. Lys is an awesome name. I love Lys of the Goddess. It doesn't make sense to have a male character. So, my main ended up female. Issa, same situation. I wanted it to be a sister of my main character, so it ended up female. My Mesmer was male, but then I changed to female because all the male stuff looked rubbish, and then I turned back to male again afterwards, so he's male. I made a male thief. I made a male ranger Asura. I don't know. I probably actually got a good balance. I might be wrong. I might have a better balance than I thought. Okay. Alright, guys. So, spearmanship is the one that people have picked. Correct, I was going to say that. So, we get a choice here. We get either Cruel Spear or we get Stunning Strike. So, Cruel Spear. Both of these are adrenaline. Alright, one of them is 10 and one of them 7. So, Cruel Spear is much easier to cast. Okay, Stunning Strike is much harder to cast. Cruel Spear. Elite Spear Attack. If this attack hits, you do plus 17 damage. If the foe is standing still, which, by the way, nearly all foes will be, then they get hit with a deep wound as well. Easier, really, really easy deep wound. Basically would replace Merciless Spear here. And it does a ton of bonus damage as well. So Merciless Spear is 6 adrenaline. For just 1 more adrenaline, we get a huge damage buff and a way higher chance to inflict deep wound. Or we can go Stunning Strike. So this is a lot of adrenaline to cast. Slightly more bonus damage, but basically I wouldn't focus on that. If this attack deals, you do bonus damage. If it hits a foe who already has a condition, which by the way is very unlikely right now unless we combo it with Anthem of Flame, then the foe is dazed. And dazing a foe can help us lock out monks and things, and is fairly useful. Might get us through a few encounters. So yeah. This will be much more useful in specific environments. This will be more useful in general. So there's your choice. We're going to straw poll it again, actually. I think that straw polling that 2 in a row is fine. Because I think that we're going to be pretty 50-50 on this. I know, in my head anyway, I'm pretty 50-50. So guys, have a vote. Don't forget, if you get better Twitch TV, you can vote from right within the website without having to move. So you've got Cruel Spear, which is Deep Wound. Or you've got Stunning Strike, which is Daze. And a higher cost. So we'll see how people feel. If I get Cruel Spear, I have to yell, Cruel Spear! Yeah, maybe. It's also important to note that he's given us a couple of other regular Paragon tomes, which allow us to get regular Paragon abilities too, which maybe I'll look at later. It's kind of a shame that you guys voted Spear Mastery, by the way, because there was a very powerful one. Well, I'll show you in a second. Oh my god, everyone's gone Cruel Spear. Alright, fair enough. I thought Stunning Strike... I mean, remember like the monk boss we fought before? How difficult he was? That gives us a free pass on encounters like that. This is very... well, whatever. Alright, Cruel Spear, there you go. Also, I just want to point out, there was a lot of reason to go, say, Leadership, to take, for example, Defensive Anthem. Because don't forget, you guys made Dunkoro a smiting monk, alright? You guys did this. You're picking the build. We may not get through content based on your choices here. Or motivation, right? And we could have actually had the Song of Restoration or something going on. We could have had Angelic Bond going on. Angelic Bond is great. For 10 seconds, the next time an ally would take fatal damage, it is negated and they get healed instead. But no, we'll just go DPS out the ass, shall we? Cruel Spirit is. So let's replace Merciless and put Cruel on. Let's put it in the... I don't want it in the first slot, actually. We're going to go like this. So, yeah, that's nice. I like that. And yeah. Well, you guys best hope we do well here. And we can put our Spear Mastery to level 9 now. Alright? And with level 9, we can actually use our new spear. So we will do a lot more damage now. Like a lot more damage, which is very good. And in the meantime, I guess we will put up Leadership and Command. That's fine. And that's also fine. Alright, cool. So there we go. The 3 bros, the 3 amigos, Dunkoro, Kos, and Wooden Spear Tato. Alright, we still need, to be honest with... Oh, look, the Die Trader's got a quest for us. What? We don't need healers. This game is easy, remember. No, this game is easy with healers. My dies are the most vibrant and easily mixed you'll ever find. My family's been in the die making business for generations. Our recipes are coveted by die traders all over the world. To die for. Oh dear, I'm almost out of swamp flower petals, but I can't stop stirring to find more, or this dye I'm working on will be ruined. If you have time, I'd be willing to give you a fresh violet dye for my most recent batch, if you bring me some petals from the swamp flowers growing in Zelen Reach. Do you think you can handle that? I'm on it. We get some promotion points for that as well. So let's go to the Astralarium. I will be right back. Just 2 seconds, guys. Oh, I forgot about my coffee again. It's stone cold. And we'll head out and we'll get to see how this cool new damage we do does. I'm looking forward to this. This should be cool. I like it. Alright, see you in a second, guys. Alright, we're back. Alright, hello. Yeah, this is such an offensive comp. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to do as well was, we will keep Rebirth, but what we'll do is we'll get rid of... Oh man, all these skills are great. I really like the build we've made here. Like, I really like the build we've... Can I just be clear here? This is a cool build. There's nothing I'd want to get rid of on this. It's actually amazing how quickly we've made a cool build. I'm going to get rid of Bane's Signet. And we'll keep this Signet, I guess, because that's what you guys voted for. But instead, I am actually going to put on Strength of Honor. Where is it? Sorry, Smiting. What's going on with me? Here you go. Strength of Honor. I am actually going to use that. And we're going to see now. We're going to start casting that on Koss. Okay? So... This is a very offensive group we've got. Are you guys, just to be clear to you guys, this is really offensive. We got like a smiting monk who's going to be on a pure offensive warrior. On now a heavy spear chucking paragon. All three of us, well, Koss hasn't really had the choice to support very much, but still. Bounty. So we're going out into the Zelen Reach this time to get our dies. Kill Shiro with a party full of assassins. You can actually solo him as an assassin, which is pretty cool. I found the skill just because these icons are so recognizable. Even though there's more than 1,000. Actually, one thing I really wanted to do was, if I ever could have, one of the series I would wanted to have done would have been like, sort of like a weekly little chat with a dev. I think that would have been so cool. Obviously, it's pie in the sky, never going to happen. But, what would have been really... So, look at how quickly they're dying now. See this? What would have been really cool about that, though, is it wouldn't have just all been interviews. So, here we go. This is our elite. Bam. Lots of damage. What would have been really interesting about that is... We could have just, like, had fun. And if I'd ever got a Guild Wars 1 dev on... See, we did 70 damage there. That's amazing. This is a huge upgrade. 60 damage. I could have, like, done a little quiz where you just throw random skill icons from Guild Wars 1 at them. Of, like, their chosen profession. And you see how many they get right. And then, you know, you record what their score is. And then the next week when you bring another dev on, they have a go at the challenge. And you see, you know, like how on Top Gear they bring a celebrity on each week. And they do the racing. And you know, everyone compares themselves to one another. How cool would that have been? And, like, you can see which devs remembered the most. That's such a fun little quiz game you could do. You know? I would love that. Oh, I was totally wrong about the condition thing, by the way, because we have Barbed Spear, which is lots of bleeds we're throwing out. Bam. Mighty Blow. This feels good now. Where is MOX? MOX is outside Camadan. We don't really care about him right now. It's annoying they gave us an insect hunt and then just put us against billions of Corsairs. But hey. Did you give the second shield to Koss, by the way? Oh no, that's a good point. I should give the second shield to Koss. That's a very good point. I'll do that in a second. Nicely pointed out there. See, even we feel a little bit tankier now. Hopefully you guys can see because we've got this shield. Though we are getting hit very hard. I'm going to have to strafe. Just let Koss deal with him. Damn it, man. Too much aggro. Kill him with the Cruel Spear. Boom. When you kill someone with Deep Wound like that, it can often look a bit weird, but because it doesn't like 2 pulses, but yeah. Right, cool. And then Dunkoro cleansed that Hex off of us. I didn't even know what that was. But that Hex that was on us there, I couldn't have recognized that. I wouldn't have known what that is. See, you don't need support. We do need support. It's hard. This is hard. Let's Mighty Throw with this Anthem. Ready? Man, I like this. This is cool. Insect appendage again. There's a lot of mobs in these fields here. This is fine though. Did the quest really want level 11? Or did it want level 9? Level 12 it wanted! My god! Christ. Well, we'll get a lot of levels in a second. So there's an horizon of healing, as you saw there. Nice basic heal there. Alright, so we level, and often your heroes level around the same time as well, so watch out for that. We're going to spend some more points on leadership, I guess, which will improve the power of our self-heal, which is important. Alright, let's give Koss the second shield now, shall we? So he's currently just got an ornate buckler, which is 8 armor. And now he's going to equip this, which is also worth 8 armor, but also gives him reduced physical damage and health plus 30. So Koss's health is now 270 and ours... Wait, did he die? No. Alright, well, whatever. Maybe you have a permanent summoning stones or some weapons with your heroes? Yeah, good point! Oh my god, yes! Alright, so some of the like pre-order bonuses and special editions in Guild Wars allow you... Unlock a command for you to type /bonus, and it will put in your inventory some cool items. You're right! I can do that. So /bonus. Can we do that here? Oh, we only can do it in an outpost or a town. Alright, that's fine. And we can use our summoning stone. We can use Charlie. Yeah. /bonus. Here we go. Alright, so we get all these items here. So, that's a necro thing. This is a warrior shield, which is better than a paragon shield, I guess, on some level. We got this luminescent scepter, which is mesmer. Let's get rid of that. Actually, we were going to say that Koss was going to be hammer, so we'll keep that hammer there for him. This is a divine favor focus for Dunkoro. Better than that purple one, trust me. I'm just going to get rid of that. It's fine. I'm also going to double click these flames of Balthazar, just to get rid of them. Tiger's Roar is Ellie. I wasn't quite sure if it was a scepter or what. I'll keep the flat bow for aggro and stuff if we ever care about it. That spear we don't care about. But here we get an Igneous Summoning Stone. So we can actually get an Elementalist Imp ally with us. This was what carried me through my solo of Prophecies up until Fisherman's Haven when we hit level 20 and I couldn't use it anymore. So this will help us do even more damage. So we get to play with Charlie. Get to level 12 out of 20 to continue in Tutorial Island. Yeah, but you really can't think of this as just Tutorial Island. That's the thing. So here you can see we got a Fire Imp. You really can't just think of it as Tutorial Island. It's not fair because it may have felt a little bit like that on Istan, but such a good portion of the story takes place. Oh my god, I suck. Gotta remember the bounties. A good portion of the story takes place here, so I don't know whether it's really fair. So anyway, this Fire Imp will be with us for a minute, but for the next 10 minutes we can't resummon anything. There are some other stones as well you can use now, like even level 20 stones, and they just cost skill points. There are rewards that the devs added right towards the end, like with the 10-year anniversary update. Yeah, wait, what was the bow called? Yeah, the Nevermore flat bow. Yep, Nevermore. No, they didn't say that when they announced the stuff, but they did tell a story of how the whole Raven staff thing or whatever. Some of the devs had like an inside joke about that or something, as far as I remember. This is good. These are some weighty hits here. See, if we can kill them quicker than they can kill us, it's good. So we've got Insect Hunt. We've got some insects to kill. This is good. And we'll go for the die quest. And we should be okay after that. How's our rising in the ranks going? Second spear, we're over halfway there now. Hatok says, psst. Psst, hey you. Hello, what's up? What's going on? How's it going? Hey, yeah, you! Come here, I need some help. And he's just appeared over there as well. Yeah, I need help too. We're killing Scale. It's taking us ages. I got a Groot lookalike Silvarium. I'm only a few points short of the raccoon pet. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a nice idea. I like it. I just want to use Signature Synergy and Leader's Comfort to just keep myself up. So here's Disease. This is a mechanic I really want to see in Guild Wars 2, but you don't see too much of. So Condition. While suffering from this ailment, you lose health over time. Damage is contagious between creatures of the same kind. So while I'm diseased, if I run into other humans, I can pass that disease on to them. Only once, and then it won't spread again. But if you're in a party of 8 humans, then disease can suddenly hurt you a lot. So that might be a reason to have like a centaur hero with you, or an Asura, or a dwarf hero, or whatever, wherever you get that option. And then it's the same when you're fighting enemies as well. You can use a comp with lots of disease, and you can disease all the plants, but it won't come onto you. But if I'm fighting Corsairs and I try to disease Corsairs, then that damage can come back on me there. So it's these cool ideas of contagious and such things. Alright, Hathook says so. Okay, here's the deal. There's this monster I'm supposed to kill, but I don't know the first thing about killing. I never took an interest. I like that. I just never took an interest in killing. Blah, blah, blah. Screw me, right? But now I have this stupid rite of passage. In order to become a man, I have to hunt down and kill the Great Fireflower. I know it doesn't sound scary, but trust me, this thing is brutal. Maybe not too brutal for you, but for me, forget about it. This thing has plagued our village for years. And they ask me to kill it? I mean, come on! I need some help. But no one can know, okay? Your secret's safe with me. You do not fight alone. Remember the themes of this. You do not fight alone. I mentioned this already. Very similar to the themes of Guild Wars 2. Yeah, only the same race. And it would work better in Guild Wars 2. Disease would work even better in Guild Wars 2. But, I don't know. Maybe it's the whole PvP thing. And they don't want race to ever have an impact on... And yada, 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 yada. I get it. I like the idea of them adding some more condies. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I mean, the best time to add more conditions is when you add elite specializations. Now, we never saw that with Heart of Thorns, but hopefully with the next expansion we do see that. You know, like I thought the update where they added Torment was fair, right? Like I liked it. I think it's cool to see new mechanics like that come in. I think you should only add an effect that's not a condition or a boon when it's very important it's not. So I understand why Alacrity, for example, is its own effect and not a boon. I understand, especially on a class like the Mesmer, with Signet of Inspiration and so on. But generally speaking, I think that the more they do that, the more tools they give themselves, the better. Boom. We basically two-shot that Bladed Termite there. So good. Alright, the Great Fireflower's coming in. He's hitting Dunkoro. I'm going to Signet Synergy straight away. Oh, see, look at the damage he takes. Look at the damage. Got owned. Yes, we're actually getting progress. We're doing quests. Yes. I'm going to kill that plant over there as well, just in case it drops an Iboga thingy. Look at how well Taunt worked out. Yeah, I can't even remember. Is Taunt technically conditioned now or not? Alright. Hathook! You made that look easy. Maybe there's something to this whole hunting business after all. Nah. Well, I'll take it from here. Make yourself scarce before someone starts to suspect. Thank you for clapping at me. You know, I've never wanted to be a hunter. I wanted to be a lumberjack. That's ironic, because we killed like a tree plant thing for his rite of passage. I wonder if that's a little joke they're doing there. Still cries over the Alacrity nerf. Taunt is a condition. There was such a clusterfuck about that I'm completely uncertain of what is what now. Because it was like stepping over the line for so long. Yeah, and in the beta, the cleanse wouldn't remove it. Yeah. It was just sort of an oversight. There's already so much Condi in the game already. Well, yeah, but you can, well, I don't know. I was going to say you can add Condis that aren't all about DOT, but the way that then that affects how you build Condi damage and stuff is just too much of a discussion to engage my brain on right now. Yeah, so someone said in chat, still cries over the stability nerf, rip World versus World. Somebody explain to me how the stability nerf hit World versus World in a bad way, because on paper it sounded like it seemed like a sound idea to me. It sounds much cooler than a lame binary situation. It sounds cooler that Every bonus static field you throw on there, people like try and grind through with just enough stab. It sounds more dynamic. It sounds more interesting. So why did it ruin the World versus World Zerg v Zerg matchup? And really try to be detailed in your answer, because I have pursued this question before and no one's ever given a particularly reasonable response. And it's not that I deny that it didn't break World versus World, it's just nobody's ever explained it very well. They cry about it because now they can't rush in. Is it that? See, I like the idea of World versus World combat being more spread out, not tight stacks of players in little blobs pushing into melee. I don't like that as much as I like the idea of spread out. You've got to be careful of haze, you know, haze on chokes and stuff. And you've got to, you know, you form lines of defense and so on and so on and so on. I prefer the sounds of that where 100 people aren't condensed into a tiny little stack. And I believe that's what the old stability enabled people to do. So where does the fun come from? Where's the balance here? You can't melee at all anymore now. Zergs just shoot each other from a distance. War gameplay, it was great. Earth shaking into the backline. So it's because it disrupted the balance of melee versus ranged Zerg combat? Was there ever much ranged before? There must have been some, right? Alright, hold on. We've got to get these petals. And we went a crazy way, so let's go back down here. There's a cool little village we can go to in a second as well. Zelen Reach is cool. It's like a little nice bonus there. The stability nerf tipped the balance hugely in favour of ranged groups over melee groups, further promoting the pirate ship Zerg meta, which was already a bit of an issue. Pirate ship? What do you mean pirate ship? Zerg busing is less efficient. Well, how do you guys feel about those other changes? Have they gone in yet or not? Which change the amount of rallies that can come off of a body and change in-combat rezzing and hard rezzing. How do you guys feel about that in terms of Zerg busting? I think the problem is that there's so much CC stab pretty much has no effect at all. So is this actually a question of stab stacking intensity now, or is this a question of there needs to be more stability in the balance? Skills that currently give 5 stab with regard to World versus World should really be giving 10. Skills that give 10 should maybe be giving 15, 20, stuff like that. Is that a suitable response? Is this once again another argument for having dedicated balance for World versus World that's different to PvE and PvP? Because these are not global issues. This is a specifically World versus World issue with stability. Nowhere else in the game is that much stability required. Yay, we finally have 2 bounties. Cool. So we've got scale and insects now. Nice. Off topic, but Dark Souls 3 came out on PC today. Do you have any interest in checking it out? Not really. I never played the other Dark Souls. I look like a moron. They do sound like games up my alley, but and they're games that people have always wanted me to play. I'm a little bit more focused on VR at the moment. Pirate ship is 2 large ranged groups running past each other, lobbing ranged AoEs back and forth, like how 2 pirate ships would fight. Oh, okay. I understand what you mean. So you sort of just move side to side. What's so bad about that compared to 2 large Zergs just crashing into one another? Is it the fact that under the old format they wouldn't split up again? But they would, wouldn't they? I mean, I played it. They did split up again. Dark Souls is not a first-party VR game, so it wouldn't be very good. You used to have a melee front line and a ranged back line. Melee tried to break through the enemy's front line and kill the enemy's back line. Back line was ranged DPS and support. Makes sense. That sounds fun. But now it's all backline? I think the issue is there's no cooldown on stab stripping. Even a cooldown of a quarter of a second would probably make a gigantic difference. Alright, here's a swamp flower for the die. You remove some petals from the flower. There we go, done. That was easy. That was an easy quest. Let's keep going. This is very easy, comfortable wandering around now, by the way. I think we got our build. We got ourselves sorted out. We got it going good. 100 Blades Koss Warrior, Smiting Dunkoro, Cruel Spear, Wooden Spear Tato. Hey, thanks. Welcome to the stream, Sakranaz. I'm glad to see you made it. Aren't you going to play Dark Souls 3 on casual wood to get those sweet YouTube subs? No, we're not. We've got a fair backlog of other games and other projects and other things coming out. I do want a bandwagon, though. I do want a bandwagon so people are actually interested in watching and find out more about that channel. You've got to play the game, really. It used to be more interactive, more challenging gameplay, not getting hit by the melee chain. See, so again, alright, so I understand that a bit more. So would World versus Worlders be against? Do you think an appropriate fix is adding an internal cooldown on stability stack stripping? Or adding a lot more stab? Are those actually appropriate fixes? Koss is getting owned. I'm getting ready with the Sunspear Signet. We're going to do some damage here, though. Oh my god, he's still in there. He's still in there. That's it. Come on, stay up, bro. Stay up, stay up. Signet synergy. Yes. This is excellent. Look at this damage we've got here. Look at how quickly we've wiped that group. That's awesome. And for the first time, you see a morale boost, I think. Oh, no, second time. We had one in Shabek Village. So this has actually boosted everyone's health now and everyone's energy. So sometimes it would happen in Guild Wars 1 that you'd want to explore a lot. Get as high of a morale boost as possible if you're not using consumables for it. So then you can try and take out a difficult boss. Or if everyone's got a little bit of DP, then you kind of try and remove it all. Catch of the day. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try this Master Quest now. We might be alright. I'm going to go further east, though, and then up that way. Makes more sense to me. I don't get how undoing the stab change would fix the problem now that corruption is way easier. Boon corruption? Well, why do you say that boon corruption is suddenly so much easier? Is it because of the scepter change on Necro? Because that's only the only significant change recently, and that matters a lot more in small matchups. That's a single target on the third auto attack of a 900 range chain. And with as big as the groups are in World versus... And it's a single boon, right? And there's obviously such a thing as cover boons, and there's obviously such a thing as blind, and 900 range is pretty close. I don't see Scepter Necros hit and stab too hard. Speaking of Visual Wood series, do you remember Demetrius from Stardew Valley, the black scientist man Matt was so happy to see? Yeah, I got a quest from him to bring him a watermelon. Really? Oh man. Yeah, look, we've got to do that when that goes co-op. That sounds amazing. Oh yeah, the corrupt boon utility. Yeah, I'm a moron. I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. I can see that then. Just drop it on people. Alright, this is him. He's level 17. Let's see what we got. Alright, he's on Koss. Good. Oh my god, he's easy. Come on. I want a challenge. Actually, I don't want a challenge. I just want to go play the story. See how long this takes to build the adrenaline? Oh, he killed the Astani peasant. I'm sorry, friend. How is that a Master Quest? That is not a good first example of a Master Quest right there. At all. We're going to get his first spear before we end this stream. We should get it in time. We should be okay. In case anyone's wondering, this wasn't the high point of water graphics in this game. Well, the waters do look good. They probably don't look good on the stream. Because my quality's so low. No. I am not going to get killed by a medic auto attack. No, thank you. Dunkoro, you did terribly at healing me up there. Luckily, we had the damage to just push him down. It would have been hard, but you're using the OP build that chat built. I think... you okay then, yeah, sure. Oh, we got Holy Staff. Don't call him out like that. It's just these spear throws feel so weighty. It's just, I like it. I feel like the spear should hit more damage though. As a weapon in general, in Guild Wars 1. Wooden Spitato, cause of death, attacked by medic, yeah. I wonder, because we got these other Paragon tomes, I wonder what other Paragon skills we really care to get. I mean, presumably we're not going to use this all the way into the realm of Torment. I know I want, I mean, we could do like They're on Fire or something, that would be kind of funny. Alright, hello Cinny, what do you have to say to me? My father was a fool, and his fate is fitting, but I am still his daughter. I have long hoped to spare his spirit the torment he earned in life. I had entombed him in an altar as is our way. Unfortunately, a dark spirit trapped his soul. There is now only one way to free my father's soul. Someone must journey to my father's altar and defeat the dark spirit binding it. Are you noble enough to risk your life aiding the spirit of a foolish man? Damn right I am, lady. Let's do it. This is a pretty uninteresting quest. The traditional quests work best when they are in relation to the core narrative of the game. That's what I'll say. That's what I'm learning so far, replaying through this. Quests like this don't really mean anything, don't add very much. I mean, they add a little. We learn a little bit more about the Istani people, that their way is to entomb their dead in altars. We've heard about that, and we're later going to hear about another powerful character who was entombed in an altar. We've got another quest here as well. Greetings, Honourable Sunspear. We are in dire need of your help this day. The most vile of creatures, a mime. Oh, I remember this. Has taken up residence near our village and begun to work his evil magic to the people. He comes during the night and steals the voices of the villagers. Those who stand before you have been able to speak for days. Will you find this evil mime, discover a way to restore the voices of our villagers, and bring him justice for what he's done? Hell yeah, we will. So these guys can't talk. We click them. ... Dungrud. ... Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's go slowly here. First of all, a father's fate. Let's grab that one first. I can't remember what this little town's called. You're around here so much, so maybe I should just stay home. You're a loose cannon, Shorduck. I can't have you running around the island willy-nilly breaking kneecaps. Where's this going on?
I'll get results, Koharu. It's not my fault that sometimes the only way to deal with a bad situation is to use a little force.
One more mistake and you're out, Shorduck. I'll have your spear and shield. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. A corrupt sun spear. So what do we have here? Get a choice of quests. As much as I dislike his methods, Shorduck does have a point. There are a lot of problems the Sun Spears can't deal with officially, and some of them need to be solved. In particular, there's a local merchant that's a bit of a problem. He's managed to put out all of his competitors out of business, and now he overcharges local farmers for essential supplies. Could you go with Shorduck and try to convince the merchant to lower his prices? The Sun Spear Order is willing to reimburse him for some of his lost profits if he'll turn over the grain to the farmers. I just need you to make sure Shorduck doesn't try to use any of his unusual methods to change the merchant's mind. And by change his mind, I mean kill him. Alright, you can count on me. Alright, bro, what's going on here? What do you want? What are you staring at? You want some of this, do you? A peaceful solution. Kahana wants me to do what? Well, I guess if that's what he wants, I should give it a try. I don't like the idea of playing the dirty scoundrel, but I suppose I can't always solve problems with brute force. Maybe if we're lucky, Dashin won't listen to reason. Anyway, let's go. Lead the way. It's just a goddamn Drake. A big, dangerous, powerful, iron-toothed Drake hanging out there. Interesting. Alright, let's go this way. Let's do this one first. Is there a small part of you that blames ArenaNet for lack of popularity wealth on YouTube? Oh, my lack of popularity or wealth. See, look, again, this is like the third stream in a row. We had that same question. Do I blame ArenaNet? No, because it's a matter... it's entirely a matter of perspective, right? It's like, how can you blame them for not giving you more when without them you wouldn't have anything in the first place? Do you get what I mean? Like, blame is a very weird accusatory word, you know? And it suggests intent on ArenaNet's part to not have a more popular game. They obviously intend and want to have a more popular game. Don't be crazy. You know, like, it's not like they were like one day, do you know what? Screw Wood and Potatoes and every YouTuber out there who's trying to make content about our game. We're going to make it suck and kill our audience. They never sat down and said that. They never thought that. You know, first and foremost, people like me don't even... In my opinion, people like me don't matter. First and foremost, developers are focusing on making a good product that, yes, will earn them money, but two, they are proud of. That's as far as it goes. And if they build a community around it, they build a community around it. They're not there to cater to the whims of those who cover their game online. That's not what they're there for, right? It's a back and forth relationship. Alright, here we go. So we're at the dock. You guys going to be peaceful about this? Hey! Markot! Nadara, help! It's that blasted Sunspear here to threaten me again. And this time he's hired goons with him. Do I look like a hired goon, lady? Look at me. What? No. I'm just here to talk. Unfortunately... Oh, wait. Let me reread that. No. I'm just here to talk. Unfortunately. You can't fool me that easily. Lady, you need to chill. I think my name makes a fine battle crisis course again. Alright. Or we're just going to kill you. Fine. No peaceful solution. Sorry. Actually, we're just going to kill her goons. Oh, no. We didn't kill the goons. We just beat them up a bit. I like it when the game does this. It says endure pain. The classic Guild Wars skill. Nadara. Alright, I win. Sorry, alright, you win. I'll make some price cuts. 30% off. Thank you. He says, look, we know what you have to make a living. The Sunspit Order is willing to reimburse you if you're willing to lower your prices. How about you make it 50% and we pay you 20%? We have technically finished the quest. Well, I suppose that's reasonable. Cool. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. For PvP, it's fun to drop on those dragon hunters guarding the nodes. What is? Oh, the crap boon skill. Success! We should go port to Kahanu. Of course, WP blames ArenaNet. He's English and hideous in that way. Wow. That's, Britishest of you. I didn't get to be in the partnership program instead of channels with only one Guild Wars 2 video from a year ago because I'm showing how to break the game. Hold on, what's your story? What's the whole story there? Oh god, where did all these Corsairs come from? I'm a little bit scared. Okay, I'm very scared. Oh, did he interrupt me? How did he do that? Alright, good job done, Corey. Good job, Donkey. As far as I can see, it's quite easy to join the Guild Wars 2 partner program. And it's been growing rapidly, or around Heart of Thorn's release, it was growing rapidly. They did a pass on a bunch of people who were a part of it and don't really make content anymore. So like Matt got an email a while ago, and they were like, "Look, are you gonna make videos or not?" And I guess he was basically like, "No, don't worry about it then." And so he's now. So they culled some people away who no longer make content. I don't know how many people got culled away, but some did. But generally speaking, it's very big. Me and Matt Visual were the very first people to ever be in the program. So we've seen it from, it's like very small beginnings to be a lot bigger. Not that we've been intimately close with it the whole time. But especially compared to how it's usually been, it got very big around Heart of Thorns. And it wasn't very hard to get to be in. There are a lot of people in it that really didn't do very much. Kahani says, what? Ah, his bodyguards. Well, I suppose it can't be helped. You didn't exactly start the fight, so it's not really your fault. At least the merchant agreed to lower his prices. I suppose Shorduck has earned a second chance. Thank you for your help, Wooden Potato. Hell yes. Alright, that's that one done. Next, we got To Die For. We already did. Voices in the Night. Destroy the Evil Mind. We will try this. This is the hardest quest of this area. I actually think there's something over here as well in the top left, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Shaman didn't become partnered either. Apparently, it is super hard to get partnered if you're not on Twitch or YouTube. Audio podcasts, for example, seem to be having a hard time. I remember they did that list where they basically detailed a ton of things you could do to get partnered. I've heard of a young paragon in these parts that's helping the Sunspears. Is that you by any chance? Yes, it is me. Hello. I am a young Paragon. It's nice to meet you. Well, it's like 1,000 subs on YouTube or 300 followers on Twitch. Followers? 300 followers can't be that crazy, right? Maybe it is kind of hard. I don't know, but they are very low bars. I've got to say those are very low bars. Can I get partnered by tattooing the Guild Wars 2 logo on my face? Maybe. You'd have to ask them about it. WP is an old Paragon. Yeah, maybe. Why did 7-Bit Brian? Why do you keep hosting us with one viewer? I appreciate it. Followers, you mean cultists? Wow. Guild Wars cultists, cultists of Verata. That's my real life name, actually, as it turns out. Verata. Only if you have a taxi cab. Oh my god, the taxi cab campaign. Should we watch that? Should we enjoy ourselves watching the taxi cab campaign? As we leave the Nightfall stream 2.5? Instead of just viewing the stream, host yourself. Alright, we want to go across the northern shore. People are actually saying yes. Wow. No, I've already had enough cringe for today. Thing is, if we do it at the end of the stream, it's just you're just gonna see the viewers plummet. As everyone's just like, no, can't handle it, not watching, bye. We're gonna try and kill the mine, then we're just gonna cash in all of our quests, and we should be done. My render, by the way, is still only 75% complete. This is how slow it is rendering VR at the moment. Because basically what I did for this video is, it's nothing crazy, but it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's really not very good. Actually, it's even worse than 4:3, I think. So it doesn't take up the whole screen, so you get these like black bars. So what I did was I doubled up the footage and Gaussian blurred the stuff in the background. Just to make it look a little bit nicer. And that's what's causing ridiculously low frame rendering. Help! I'm trapped! Set me free! Says the trapped voice. Why is there a patrol of scale with the mime? What, is he a master of scale hunting or something? Oh, okay, yeah. And when we're in range, I remember this mechanic. You get the Curse of Silence. While within the range of the Curse of Silence, shout enchant skills cannot be used. So I cannot use my Anthem of Flame. It's a pretty inconsequential thing, to be honest. For most classes and mechanics, but hey. It's pretty cool. Let's get in there and just Cruel Spear him straight away. So, Visions of Regret. This is a dangerous, horrendous Hex, elite Mesmer Hex skill. He was really cool, I remember. He's got Spirit Shackles, all this cool, like, denial, mesmery stuff. Spirit Shackles would really screw over thieves who didn't use adrenaline but had a lot of melee attacks. Set me free! Wait, does that technically count? Are they all set free now? Set free the voices trapped in the jars. Yeah, I just tried to. There we go. That's one. That's two. My voice has returned! Ah, sweet freedom, I feel like singing! And his voice has returned too. Oh, how lovely! A father's fate. Oh yeah, we had to do that as well. Crap, I forgot about the father. Well, he's over there. Alright, we'll cash in the mime, we'll do the father, then we'll give in all of our rewards. We'll probably hit about level 10. And then we can... We'll definitely be first spear by then. We're almost first spear already. And we get Sunspear promotion points for doing this. Don't worry, Koss has got this. Yeah, Koss couldn't have used Watch Yourself either during that fight. The Tower of Nightmare metal trailer. Oh my god. There are 3 categories in the partner program: Twitch, YouTube, and website. And wow, this is the list of all partnered websites. It's glorious 12. Wow. So who's on that list out of the 12? Who have we got? We got Chronicles of Tyria, Fiora, Guild Wars 2 Spain, Guild Mag, Guild News, Guild Wars 2 Online, Guild Wars 2.fr, I guess it's a French fan site. Guild Wars 2 Community.de, that's German. So's one of those other ones, I think. Guild Wars 2 Shop, Le Bus Magique, Universe Virtual. Seems like there's a lot more international stuff going on than I give credit. For example, there's some very big, I don't know whether they're still doing it, but there were some very big Spanish Guild Wars 2 YouTubers. Huge. Oh yeah, there's a published list of all people who are a part of the program, aren't there? And yeah, Yogscast were for a while. See, there were a lot of big YouTubers that ArenaNet flew out to, like Matt Visual met like Angry Joe and stuff when and Jesse Cox went there. There were some, you know, reasonable following YouTubers out there who went to fly out to meet the devs and check out Heart of Thorns, and they didn't even cover it in the end. They didn't even cover it. Like, how sad is that? All that money, putting them up in a hotel, paying for their flights, paying for all that stuff, and these guys just don't even talk to their audience about it. They just do nothing. ArenaNet gets absolutely nothing from them. People have that little faith in the franchise that they can't share it with their audiences anymore. The fact that this expansion's coming up makes me sad. I wanted to cash in. Hold on. Voices in the Night. Cash in over here first. Here's Elder Bellin. So as a comparison, there are 12 websites and 66 Twitch streamers. Jesus. The voices of the villagers have returned. You have put an end to the tyranny and oppression of that evil mime. You have the vocal gratitude of our entire village, friend. And here is a little something extra to say thank you for all you've done. So we get another commendation. Cool. Catch of the day. He's over there. So he's near where the father's altar is. So Father's Fate. Let's do that. Damn it. Keep trying to open the map to see where we're going, and I keep accidentally pressing about face. Cox and Dodgered covered it for like half a minute on the Co-optional podcast, did they now? Yeah, I stopped watching Co-optional a long time ago now. About a year, maybe more. Yep. So all that money, all that, you know, attention and focus, based purely on the fact that these are individuals with audiences, has nothing to do with any joy that these people have ever felt about the franchise before. Maybe Angry Joe. I mean, AJ did the interview, to be fair to him. To be fair to him. He did do the interview. He did some content on it. And, you know, he gave the game a 10 out of 10 when it came out and stuff. I think that's probably one of his reviews he regrets giving such a high amount. But whatever, right? Like, at least that did something. But these people were chosen just because they have audiences. And they didn't even use them. It's just kind of sad, you know? So here's our first Jinn. This is a Lady of the Dead. She's level 15 and she got absolutely owned. This is great. This sweet spear and elite that we've been given. Excellent. Boom. Slapped in the face. Okay. Catch of the day. Let's do this now. Let's go across over here. Yeah, but nothing after the interview. Well, the interview it was a good interview, and at least it was something, right? Like, if you guys watch his channel, you should know how it operates. It's unlikely that a single game's going to get video after video after video on it. Yeah, there's definitely that thing of, oh, you know, these people are busy. I mean, the fact I'm nowhere near as successful as these people aside, I understand how busy this whole job, this whole idea can be. I really do. Like, you can be permanently doing stuff. It depends on the way you work. Like, I've had periods where I've not been permanently doing stuff, and I've had periods where I am. But definitely the idea of sinking into an MMO is going to turn a lot of people away. But the sad thing is, you know, Guild Wars 2... you don't have to spend that... I personally don't think it's that crazy of a time commitment to get some return, some enjoyment return out of it, and things you can share with an audience. Maybe that's just because I'm a little bit too close to it. I've played it for too long. Maybe it is much bigger and more intimidating than I actually understand. And I can see, you know, my perspective getting shifted like that in a poor way. But if there was any MMO, it would have been this one. Out of curiosity, do you think you're an overall better player in Guild Wars 1 or Guild Wars 2? Guild Wars... Today, I suck at Guild Wars 1. I remember hardly any of the builds, hardly any of the skills. Guild Wars 1 also doesn't have a very high skill cap for PvE, honestly. At the top of my game, I think I was a better Guild Wars 1er than I am Guild Wars 2er. The Hamo UKO has been slain. I cannot believe it. How can I begin to thank you enough? Perhaps now the souls of my friends can rest in peace, but now I need some time alone. So much has happened this day, and I must attend the burial of my closest friends. Thank you for slaying that beast. Perhaps we will talk again after I've had some time to mourn. The thing about Guild Wars 2 is, and I say this with full understanding that I don't even play that much World versus World. I'm more of a generalist. I would always describe myself now as a generalist in Guild Wars 2. Yeah, that's everything. We've done them all. We've done them all. So let's just cash these in. Father's Fate. We cash in back up here. Lots of zigzagging. Guild Wars 2, I'm a generalist in the... I think I've been reasonably good at various elements. I got very, very, very good at dungeons for a while. I would say, anyway. And, you know, I'm good enough to complete the raids. I don't do amazing stuff in them, but I'm good enough to complete the raids. So, you know, I'm somewhere in the top-ish end. But I've never been like a crazy, crazy, crazy expert of any one area of Guild Wars 2. But there's so much to know about Guild Wars 2. There's a lot more to know about Guild Wars 2 than there is Guild Wars 1. Way more trivia, way more branches of the game, way more things to understand. Guild Wars 1, I was less of a generalist, and I was more fixated on various elements of the game. So like the 3-manning Domain of Anguish while playing 6 accounts all at once. That kind of stuff. Like I really pushed for it back then, and I don't really push for it in Guild Wars 2 anymore because it comes at too high of a cost. If I tried to push to be the ultimate, you know, top 10 PvPer, I would become so deficient in my knowledge and understanding of so much else in the game that I would lose a lot of what makes me valuable. Like, I cannot do it, and I've experienced that. But the first Christmas of Guild Wars 2, I spent a lot of time PvP and trying to be very, very good at PvP, wanting to be good enough that I was confident enough to make content out of it, and I started forgetting so much stuff about PvE and just so many things that just made all my other opinions fall out of whack. Thank you, Hero. My father always said life is pain. Anyone who tells you different is selling something. I'm beginning to believe him. Take this, please. It's not much, but I am thankful. No worries, lady. Alright, there we go. We've completed this and Feast of... Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. This is great. So let's go hang it. Let's get cash in to die for. Do I watch any TV regularly? Yes, I watch The Walking Dead and Better Call Saul are my main shows at the moment. I think Better Call Saul is a fantastic show. Very slow, and you'll feel some growing pains, I think, if you come to it from Breaking Bad, which is what most people will have come to it from. But really, really, really intriguing. Very good show. Great characters. Great writing. Excellent, perfect. This is a tricky recipe, but well worth the extra effort. Here's your dye. Please remember me the next time you need to dye your armor. I'll sell the most vibrant dyes around and at very competitive prices. I wonder how much black dye costs these days. Should we have a look? Black, 3 platinum. Huh. Still has some value. All the others are just worth nothing though. There you go. We get some red dye. Yay! Voila. And everyone's level 10 now. So, our attributes are fine. Let's bump Dunkoro up. Oh, that's excellent. Dunkoro got a lot of extra stuff there. And Koss. Oof. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll look at Koss's build a bit more next time. But there you go, guys. That is first spear. We've got it. And we're only 1 level away from the level it was asking for as well. Turns out all we needed was a bit of an adventure around the Zelen Reach. So we go. Well done, Wooden Spear Taylor. I have the honor of being the first to salute you. Congratulations on attaining the rank of First Spear. You must now hone your skills as a leader. 15 attribute points, even more for us. Now the heroes get those automatically. So for us, I think I'm going to go a bit more Spear Mastery. For now. We'll see. Because the only command skill we're using at the moment is the Anthem of Flame, which doesn't scale very well anyway. These command points, like it's gone up to 2 seconds of burning. It won't go any further than that for a while. And yeah, I think that's about it. So there you go, guys. First spear. Next we get Sunspear Captain. It's the Wooden Potatoes magic. Wait, what? A Guild Wars 1 stream with more than a dozen viewers? Amazing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, thank you guys. This was the stream 2.5, I guess. Just the stuff I was going to do off screen, but never did in the end. Keep an eye out on the channel later. I am really curious to see what you guys think about Guild Wars 2 in virtual reality. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have a nice day. It's miserable Monday. And I'll see you next time. Oh, you guys want the taxi cab, don't you? Okay, hold on.
Alright, let's go.
Where are you going?
Oh, I love your cab.
Nice cab you have set up.
Thank you.
This is the most interesting cab I've ever been in.
This is crazy. What's all this for then?
What is this?
Are you free?
I
That's pretty
am.
fancy.
Do you need a ride?
Yeah, we do actually.
Come on in. So where are you guys from?
Montreal.
Montreal.
I am from Santa Monica.
Australia and
San Francisco.
I'm from Amsterdam.
So do you live in LA?
No, I'm from a land called Tyria.
Oh.
Oh, Tyria.
He has a Tyrian cab license.
Gotta stay official.
Yeah.
And these are the
It's real. Look.
It's where the taxis are in Tyria.
How did you get this gig then?
Oh, well, this is just something I do on the side. I'm trying to save a little bit of extra coin, you know?
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, I'm saving up for the Great Sword Eternity.
Was that?
The Great Sword Eternity?
Oh.
How do I get to Tyria?
We don't have cars in Tyria. We use teleportation portals.
Yeah, LA could really use some of those.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a portal?
Like, do you go through the traffic jams? Yeah.
Really sweet.
Exactly.
Really cool.
You don't have that in Santa Monica, do you?
I can't teleport anywhere.
What do you do in San Francisco?
Right, computer programs mostly.
I'm a comic book editor. It can get a little repetitive sometimes.
In Tyria, there's new stuff every day. I mean, it updates every 2 weeks. Sometimes islands come out of the oceans, centaurs.
You gotta watch out for the centaurs.
Oh, I heard about that.
You heard about the centaurs?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Are you scared?
I am scared of centaurs. They are half man, half horse, and 100% terrifying.
All sorts of crazy stuff.
I love it.
You never feel like you're grinding. Like, it's just something new and exciting every time. Do you have dragon invasions in New York?
We call them something different.
What do you call them in New York?
We call it the subway.
Do they charge you subscription fees to live in Santa Monica?
Hefty ones, I assure you.
Well, it depends on how you define that.
Yes, it's called rent. It is so expensive. Yeah, that's a drag.
They charge you the highest subscription fees in the country to be in New York.
In
But
Tyria, there's no subscriction fees.
none.
None.
That would be nice.
You don't want to keep paying every time you want to. You just want to pay and then you don't have to
Exactly.
worry about it anymore.
Exactly.
That is amazing. Maybe I want to live there. That's nice.
You guys should move over there. Actually, that's what I recommend.
Really?
Yes.
How do you become a Tyrian? Are you born a Tyrian or?
Anybody can immigrate to Tyria. Do you think you'd ever migrate to Tyria?
Yes, absolutely.
I want to immigrate to Tyria.
Give us the address.
You want to live there?
Yeah. Sounds better than Santa Monica. Sounds a lot better than Santa Monica.
because of the centaurs.
Alright, there you go. You all got what you want. I hope you're happy. And we lost all the viewers over that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.